Mm-hmm.
Hey, okay.
It also claims that there's nobody in the stream.
Nope, we're good.
There are no people listed, no
I can
numbers.
see 21 people.
Okay, well, good. Okay.
There was a brief aside of me throwing myself on the floor and like reconnecting all the cables, but it was not. Everything was fine on my end. It was like literally our router crapped out for a minute.
Yeah, that was
It
our
was our
internet provider
ISP.
extremely crapping the bed.
Mm-hmm.
So I am going to suggest that we do our poll now. So I will ask the players, as usual, to step away from the chat momentarily. And I would remind our audience that you can vote as once for free, and you can vote as many times as you like if you want to put your channel points or bits or whatever into your votes if there's something you are particularly interested in seeing happen. The chat will run for 10 minutes, and I will keep you apprised of where this is going to occur, or when this is going to occur. Okay. So hopefully, I'm only seeing 13 people in here, but I think that's just my thing is lagged, because my chat often lags.
Yeah, my live is saying that we only have 13 now.
Okay.
But hopefully other folks will join us.
We lost everyone. We lost.
Yeah.
In the kerfuffle. Okay, so keep those votes coming, and I'm excited to see which one you guys pick. In the meantime, so Ugna is going to be no longer invisible as Copernicus begins to attempt a ritual of identify on this magical door and figure out what's going on. So Copernicus is also not invisible, although you can draw some shadows around yourself and have a little bit of a better stealth.
I can't.
No.
Is that
you have
also...
no shadow.
Oh, that's right, because you don't have a shadow right now.
And the last time I tried to use the shadows, I went away for a bit.
And you didn't like it.
Maybe don't do that.
I'm gonna disguise myself by like just putting like a little bandana on.
I feel like there's got to be a big suit of armor somewhere here.
Yes, that I can just hide behind.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So you can be
Ugna
the Bone Crusher wearing a bandana.
Yes. My excellent disguise skills.
10 minutes to pull out this ritual. So you begin the casting thereof. Actually, wait a second. Does it? Do you only have this as a ritual?
I do only have it as a ritual.
That's what I was asking when we fuzzed out. I was like, oh, is it only a ritual or can you spend a spell slot? But
just as a ritual.
Yeah. It is, in fact, only a ritual. And I don't know if it's worth it to you to spend anything on that. Because that would be like a hero point thing.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
I think what we can do is set up our most stealthy people at like the end of the hall, where if someone did come around the corner and see me and was like, "What?" That's exactly when you'd bonk them in the back of the head. Give them a good old frying pan bonk.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm going to make a roll here for what happens. And yes, indeed, after I'm just rolling for like how long it takes because they're patrolling, right? So after a minute or so of you beginning this ritual. We'll say that Fetid is on point. You do, in fact, hear the footsteps of approaching guards. What do you want to do about it?
I'm not going to stop. I'm counting on my crack team here. Someone's going to sap them.
Prepare for bonking.
We got a rogue. He's got a sap.
Yep.
There are two of them. They've been walking around in pairs.
Oh, I'll get the other one.
All right. I keep my head down and my nose to the grindstone.
Okay, so basically, then I'm assuming, Ugna, you've moved up to the end of the corridor as well, so that when they round the corner, you'll be close by?
Yeah, I get like a nod or a wink from Tromlin. I go, all right, we've done this before.
Okay.
Sleeper hold him.
Yep. Oh, I've got like a sock ready, and I'm going to like stuff it in his mouth and then sleeper hold.
Just careful with Trey's going to start like pecking at the eyes while...
It's good.
Biting him in the back.
Yeah.
Severs his spine.
Look, he's got to learn. He's got to learn how to wrestle.
Okay, we'll hold off on initiative. We'll just do a surprise round here. So yeah, you guys, I just rolled for their possibilities of not being surprised, and they are shit rolls. Well, actually, one of them's quite
Yay.
good, but it's not good enough for your rolls. So yeah, you've got the drop on them as they come up to the corner. They turn the corner practically into the arms of a giant orc, pink-haired lady.
Good, good, good.
So what do you want to do?
What are we rolling here?
This would
I
be a
guess I
grapple.
think we both attack.
That's what I'm good. That's what I'm good at.
Do you want to grab both of them? Because you do have.
I have 2 arms.
You have the 2-weapon fighting style, in fact.
That's true.
Uh,
Would that be 2 different rolls?
Yes, it would be 2 different attack rolls.
Okay.
Or technically grapple
Hey,
useful.
Oh,
rolls. Oh, is that a nat 20?
well,
that's,
perhaps.
that's a proper critical moment. Critical.
Oh, yeah.
I got
This is a snap.
I got a
Okay.
19. Actually, that's without my bonuses.
So you rolled a 19
And a 12 for 2 different
and a
attacks.
12. So the 19 to grab the one guy
Plus-
becomes a 30
Yep.
because you have a plus 11 to grapple checks because it's an athletics check.
This is like in like not disaster movies, but like there's a movie where the security guard gets just like some kind of alien comes out of a portal and it's a security guard and didn't stand a goddamn chance. Like
Yeah.
we're the
Yeah.
monster.
Yeah.
We're the monster in the monster movie. That is.
So you managed to grab both of them. Do you want to do your little bonus action combo grapple attack and what were you going to do? You're going to stick a sock in his mouth.
Yep. Keep him silent.
So roll that as an attack roll.
Cool. To attack with sock.
Yeah.
Yep.
Stuck.
So 21.
Okay, that beats its armor class. So yeah, you spring out, shove a sock in the one guy's mouth, and then get him into like a headlock. You grapple the other guy and hold him, which would
Hold his
give
head at Tromlin's sap height.
which would
Yep.
give Tromlin advantage, but he's already rolled a nat 20.
Oh no! Here's the fun thing about that. I rolled 2d20. I rolled 2 20s.
Oh no! Please do
Wow.
both.
Wow.
Please sap them both.
Oh, he only gets one target,
Ah.
but that's not just going to be a sap. That's going to be spectacular. I'm looking at Copernicus. That's
And
what
I am
thought.
sacrificing my sneak attack damage to
I
try to knock
assumed.
him out.
to stun. Yeah, you know
No
what?
coma.
With the full-on nat 20, I'm going to roll his con check. 2. So
Nope.
yeah, he is out cold. You completely knock him cold.
Perfect.
You use your sleep spell on him. And the other guy you now have completely grappled. You've got him like in a sleeper hold with a sock in his mouth.
Yep. And I'm just gonna just like lower him.
Just like choke him out. Okay. Yeah, it takes you a few rounds. He struggles. He tries to break free of your grapple. Don't bother rolling. I'm just going
I've
to roll
got
if
some
and see if
strength.
he even has a chance. Yeah, nope. You very easily get him through the number of rounds you would need to render him unconscious.
Okay.
So you continue.
Now
you're
there
identified.
was a couple other sets of armor in the hallway, and I just stuffed one of each of them in there. It's like a leg sticking out of one.
Yeah, that'll take most of the rest of the 10 minutes,
Yeah.
but it's doable, especially with help from Fetid and Tromlin. So, at the end of your ritual, you have identified that this magical door has indeed got a magical password on it.
Friend?
It's just a very simple. Yeah, it's just a very simple. Speak a specific word and it opens. So you know what the password is. You divine that from your casting. It's that easy of a magic. Not really intended for like keeping out intruders. It's intended for like keeping out random servants and people
Yeah.
who shouldn't, children that shouldn't wander in.
I imagine Perny has a bit of a Spaceballs moment where he's like, in the depths of his arcane gaze, he's penetrated to the inner mystery of this door wrought through magic and enchantment. He's like, and now at last I see the password emerge before me. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep.
Exactly. But there is indeed also an alarm. There's a magical alert. So basically, this is like a sending spell. A specific person will basically be alerted when the door opens.
Right.
Is there any way I can figure out who that will be, or intercept it, or disable that in
You
some way?
believe it is Lord Blackmont himself.
Okay.
Can you disable it?
Do some
you have a
warlock shit.
dispel magic? You have a counter spell, and since it's a spell effect, I believe the rule in Dungeons and Dragons is that you can't use counter spell against a spell-like effect. But this is not a spell-like effect in those terms for rules as written, because that's referring to spell-like abilities of creatures.
Okay.
And not magic items. So I think our poll just counted down. Yes, our poll is now complete. Thank you very much, everyone, for your contributions to the poll.
Because our other option is we could sap Lord Blackmont, because he's the only person who the alarm would go to. And if he's not answering the phone, so to speak, then the alarm's not going to reach anyone else.
I'm not against this idea because it would be really funny to beat this guy up.
We also have no idea where he is.
Yeah, we'd have to find
He's
him.
even in the building.
Yeah, so if he's not here, then that gives us a good lead time. And if he is here, then
we could open it and then set an ambush for him.
Would the alarm go off if I misty step beyond the door?
Probably not.
I was thinking about that, but we need to get all of us in and all the animals out. So at some point,
I
we're
understand
opening the
that,
door.
but I can figure out where the gnome is at.
Oh yeah.
So we go straight to.
You could also take, I believe, one person with you with Misty Step. No.
Thunderstep, you can. Thunderstep, I think you can.
Oh, also Misty Step has to be somewhere you can see.
Right.
Shit.
Is there anything that would just stop us from cutting a new door hole in the wall and walking through it?
You suspect from your identify. So I didn't finish giving you all the information for your identify. This door leads into an other planar space.
Ow, one of those.
Okay,
Cool.
So this menagerie, this makes total sense to you. This menagerie is bigger on the inside. That's why it can fit in a narrow townhouse. Otherwise, it was going to be a pretty shitty menagerie because it wasn't going to be very big. So yeah, you imagine teleporting beyond this door might be weird. It could leave you just in like a sealed closet or something that like whatever would be in the physical space in the house on the other side of this wall, or it could be leaving you in interdimensional drifting.
Yeah.
I would say
Well,
I would be willing to negotiate on the potential use of counterspell against the alarm.
Cool.
Cool.
As you like magically cut the red wire that would send
That's exactly
the
what
spell.
exactly what I'm vibing.
Yep.
I am looking up whether someone has done a counterspell targets a creature casting a spell.
I would spend a hero point to like invent a new way to like cut the alarm. That sounds cool enough that I'm willing to.
Yeah,
that's kind of what I was thinking. In that case, you basically go, all right, I've divined the way to open this door and what will happen. So I can speak that password and counterspell away the alarm effect. So you do in fact do that. So basically, Copernicus completes his little ritual and goes, ah. And then you say the magic word, which is Bandersnatch.
Good.
And the door just swings open, and you counterspell using a little blood magic twist that you've pulled off here. That you counterspell the spell that has been placed here.
Is that a hero point spend?
Yes, that's a hero point
then
spend.
I'll
I think I'm going to
off.
give that hero point back though, because I think
Okay.
this is
It's cool.
that I want.
Oh, we should also search the guards before I forget.
Mm.
Good
If they
idea.
have keys or something.
Yeah, when you
Search and tie them up.
When you stuff them, well, you didn't tie them up. You stuffed them into the suits of armor.
I think
Oh,
that's
I
I think that's
think you
better
can do
because it's
both.
cool and funny. So
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't.
It's
do
cartoon
both,
logic.
but,
Yep.
You do in fact find that they have like purses on them with random personal effects, but they also one of them has a big iron ring of keys.
nice.
Taking that.
Probably come in handy.
Okay, so the door opens. It splits down the middle. A seam that didn't appear to be there before splits, and it opens. It's not a full-size double door, but it's like a wider than normal door with two halves to it. And on the other side is a misty green space that gives Tromlin some pretty Feywild vibes.
Sure, that's
Well,
not disconcerting.
Feywild, but it's a little fairy magic. And you hear music. You hear distant music and singing type noises coming from this place. A voice from nowhere tinkles out, "Welcome, welcome to the menagerie of magical creatures." Tinkle, tinkle, tinkle.
Hate that. I really hate that.
Are all nobles this weird?
Yeah, kinda.
I'll recast invisibility. No, we've done the most of the sneak in. If anyone's in here, we're gonna have to take them out anyway. So,
Yep.
no invisibility.
You only have the one slot left. You might as well hang on to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for a great escape.
Okay, so you head in to the mist, and at this point, I am going to make use of
Red
how do
book.
I unmirror myself? Isn't
No,
there like
you're
a
fine.
setting?
I don't think you're mirrored.
Oh, I appear to be mirrored on
Yeah.
my Discord, but not on the stream. Oh yeah, you're right. So I recently purchased this excellent gaming tool that looks exactly like the red book from the movie Labyrinth.
It's a beautiful
And
book.
I am going to yeah, of course the last page of the book, and I am going to use the dice inside the book to determine where you all go.
Oh, good.
Wait, what?
Oh, good.
Okay, so you step into the mist at the beginning of the menagerie,
Fuck, we're in Ravenloft.
and Tromlin, you step out of the mist into a dark, like a dimly lit, almost coastal marsh-like area. There's a little atoll of earth, or a few of them, with like single trees, and the rest is all pools of moonlit water. And you hear the singing music all the louder that you guys first heard when you came in. And in fact, you see a small group, 3 beautiful women sitting in the pool under the great tree in front of you.
That's how you get drowned.
And they all they smile at you and continue to sing. Ugna.
Oh, good. Do love that we're all in different rooms.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
It's great.
You step into a stone plaza with a bunch of regularly spaced dark and light floor tiles, and there's a ring of statues around the outer circle, all looking inwards towards the center. And in the very center, there's a well that just goes down, has like a stones around it, and just goes down into the earth. And it's a sunny afternoon. And you can see as you look around that the stone statues, their eyes all move to look at you, although their bodies don't move in any way. All of these statues have very strange facial features. They're kind of reduced features, so you would say that they are humanish. They've got kind of elfin-like ears, but they don't really have noses. They have like relatively simple eyes and mouths.
Are they chibi?
In their faces. Yeah, it's kind of more like elven Deadpool or whatever. Like that simple Spider-Man Deadpool kind of face that doesn't have a lot of features to it, but with normal eyes, and the eyes are looking at you. As you watch for a moment, you see that they are in fact moving, but slowly. So the eyes moved quickly to see you, but then the heads follow quite slowly. Copernicus.
Can you quickly remind me what did Tromlin see?
He was in a marshy area with a bunch of like naiad-like things under a tree singing.
Some beautiful ladies.
How many of them did you say there were?
3.
So he walked in on a menagerie à trois.
Oh God.
Good.
Son of a bitch.
Good.
We got there. Peter wins.
Good.
I'm taking that hero point away. No.
Give him an extra.
I don't. Copernicus, you take a few steps into the mist and you plunge into an oubliette.
Oh, great!
You
Perfect
fall
place for
down
you.
into a pitch black, but you can still see because of your otherworldly evil pacts. I mean, just because you can see well in the dark, because of your bifocals.
Yeah.
And so you find yourself in just a perfectly round chamber with no doors or windows of any kind, and just this little hole in the ceiling that you fell through, which when you look back up now has like an iron grate over it that must have swung back into place. There's some simple furniture in here made of wood, and there is a rather grumpy looking short, squat fairy creature, like some kind of oversized brownie, like closer to the size of a dwarf, just looking at you sourly, and it just kind of croaks at you. What do you want? As you drop it. And then lastly, Fetid.
Wendy's. I show up in a Wendy's.
But you're working the late shift.
Ma'am, this is a Wendy's.
Yeah, you step up to the counter and then someone goes, I'm sorry, this is a Wendy's. No, you find yourself in a corridor, just an earthen corridor through a row of trees. And hanging or sitting in the trees all around are these little magical lizard things. Like basically kind of like chameleons, but larger, and they're and with more rippling like colors. Like imagine if the skin of a chameleon was more like a cuttlefish. So bright colors, but they're like flickering rainbows and starbursts and other things. And they all sort of like cock at least one eye at you. They've got the chameleon eyes that go in different directions. And they all cock one eye at you. And you quickly realize that this magical menagerie isn't so much a bunch of cages as a bunch of magic rooms with things in them.
I'm calling mine a Zoubliette.
Good.
Yes, good.
Calling mine Lizard Town.
Good.
I'm gonna see if I can perny net people, or if we're all at a cell range here.
You can indeed.
Is everybody okay?
Pretty sure I'm about to be drowned.
I got a weird statue
women.
room.
I'm surrounded by lizards, so I might actually be fine, unless they're the eating kobolds kind.
Okay, we're gonna do check-ins every 5 minutes. Let's see if we can find our way to the gnome or the door, and you let me know if you find any good leads. I've got a some kind of pixie brownie creature here, and we're gonna make a. I'm gonna see if we can start the heist.
He goes, "How dare you?"
Oh,
Even though you were writing in the book,
oh,
he seems to have heard what you said.
Oh, good.
oh, you.
This,
Yeah.
I'm clearly a mudflap.
Oh, my apologies. That was ignorant of me not to recognize.
Bits some mucus over the side. It's like a cross between a brownie and a frog.
Good.
I can teleport us out of here. I'd like to bring you with me because if I don't, you may explode. Would you be willing?
I don't want to explode.
So why don't I'm gonna do a little thunder step up top here, and we'll just see what there is to see. Do you know anything about this space or how to get out of here, or we're flying blind here?
Why would I get out of here? I live here.
Oh, do you like it? This is where you want to be?
I don't understand the question.
Wait, do you want to live in this hole forever?
I mean, that's what mudflaps do. This is my mud hole.
Oh. Okay, well...
Are you new here?
Yes, I arrived literally seconds ago.
Mudflaps live in a mud hole, and when people fall in the mud hole, they eat them.
Oh. Then, you'll have to pardon me.
Get on the table already. He gestures at the little wooden table. He's got like a big platter.
Perfect.
Good.
All right.
Do this the easy way or the hard way.
All right, we'll do it. And then I'm gonna thunderstep hard way.
So you can look up through the grate and thunderstep the distance that you can see. I think thunderstep's what? 30 feet, 60 feet, something like that?
And I've got Ring of Sorcery to double that if I need to.
I don't know that you'll need to. I think it's more than 30 feet, but I'm just pulling it up. It is 90 feet. Yeah, no problem. Easy peasy.
And I am not going to feel bad about exploding him.
Yeah.
Fuck
I mean,
that guy.
don't worry about rolling your damage. This is largely going to be flavor adventure, this part. So you do a bunch of thunder damage.
Don't say that to a man who is about to be eaten.
This is just for flavor.
Insensitive.
He says as he sprinkles something on
Get some
you.
MSG on
And
you.
Go,
Yeah.
I think I'm going to get out of here.
Magically saturated goodness.
Yeah, he says it's the king of flavor. And you teleport the hell out of there, and there's like a peal of thunder. All of you, wherever you are here within the menagerie, hear this peal of thunder.
Oh yeah, I'll do it. That was me. If you hear the thunder and you want to meet up, move toward it, but don't fall in the hole.
It's very much like a peal of thunder in the real world. You can't particularly tell where it was unless you saw the lightning, right? It's just echoing. So I need to roll again because you've come out of the. Where are you now?
You're in a new room.
Oh, this is gonna be like those damn Team Rocket levels with all the teleporters.
Yes.
You're just trying to figure out where
Correct.
each thing.
Excellent.
Kearney's blasting off again.
Yeah.
So I'll come back to you and to everybody else here. So let's go with Tromlin.
Some ladies.
Yes, these ladies are all smiling at you and singing and beckoning for you to come and join them.
Okay, that's murder. I'm not stupid.
I may be horny, but I'm not stupid.
You are, however, going to make a saving throw.
Fuck. What am I rolling?
This is a wisdom save.
Oh my god.
You have a +5.
I'm going to... Let's see. How many points have I got to spend?
You currently have 2.
We just got another set of inspirations,
I'm spending
so we're
one.
good.
I'm spending inspiration because I just rolled a 2.
Oh no.
Probably not a bad idea.
And I would rather not die.
And you know better. You're like, oh hell no.
I mean, this isn't like
okay, that's a lot better.
from
That
death.
would be a 23.
That will do it. So you are
I was
not.
like,
charmed.
oh, I'm about to die.
Yeah. No, that was just a charm, right? That obviously is the first step, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Now here's a question: can I try to counter charm them?
Of course you can. It's kind of
You're not seducing me. I'm seducing you.
Two can play at this Fey magic game.
You can indeed.
I will attempt to use my charm speech, do a performance to sing to
So
them.
you're gonna spend some time talking to them and attempt to use your charm speech. Any other, like, you've also got some spell options.
If
you
you
don't
gotta
have
use
charm
magic,
person.
it
You
just
have
doesn't seem
friends.
worth it.
You do have friends. You can just kind of give yourself advantage on your
Okay.
your general rolls. Why don't you give me a persuasion roll with your advantage from friends?
Which is a +10
Yep.
normally.
Roll me a +10 and advantage roll.
Oh, those
These
are
naiads
good.
are trying to magically charm the wrong person.
I got a 29 and a 22.
Okay. I'm gonna make some saving throws to see how these ladies manage generally to resist your stuff.
I am, by the way, not freeing naiads
that's
because they will
awful.
try to murder everybody.
Yeah, so you get into conversation with these lovely fairy ladies, and they are quite taken with your charms. Maybe I'll come back to you because that'll take some time.
Yeah.
full-on
They should all come back
conversation.
to us much later. Much later.
I mean, why don't you? So, what specifically are your goals in this situation?
I think we can. Yeah.
Seder,
Is
get
it what I'm
laid.
guessing? All right.
Yep, get laid.
Don't get killed.
Threesome with naiads. I am playing the ultimate Russian roulette, and my dick is the loaded gun.
Perny's not aware that this is happening. Separate from this, I was like going over what are our different escape methods that we could use here. Perny might remind you just as you're pulling off the clothes, oh, Tromlin, this might be a good time to use your gem of true seeing, just in case there's any traps or hidden dangers.
Good point. I would probably just real quick whip it around to make sure that these are actually naiads.
Smart.
Sure. Yeah, when you're sort of like getting close, you sort of pull out the gem and
When you're getting close to pull out. That's okay.
Naiads like it when you edge.
And before that, you get the gem of seeing out, and you check. So you in fact determine that two of these ladies are naiads, and the third of these ladies is not.
He's a sophomore.
What is she?
The third of these ladies is... Oops, that's the wrong document. That's the naiad. The third of these ladies, you don't know what she is because you might not... Well, actually, make me an Arcana check. You've got some Fey experience. I'll allow it.
Oh, good.
That +1.
Yeah.
Oh shit. 16.
Ooh.
Not bad.
You don't remember the name, but you've heard of these. It is an undead creature. Actually, I have a really cool picture. Maybe I'll send it to Alina.
Oh, sure, and I can bring it up.
Put up somewhere so you can see what you see.
As you're like,
So I will,
you two with me, you know.
You see more my grandfather's speed.
The answer is yes. So I'm going to send that to Alina, and I'm going to move
Can
on.
you just email that to me? Because I can't get into...
Yeah, I am doing so.
Sweet, thanks.
Oh, you can't get into Discord?
Because I'm not saying
easily.
no.
I mean, why rule it out? You know.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Mhm. And there's only 3 of them.
Exactly.
And she's interested. Wait, undead can't be charmed, can they?
No, you may end up being selective in your choices here. Okay, I am sending this picture to Alina.
Thank you.
Don't worry about putting it up yet. You can just prep it, and I'm gonna come back to Tromlin.
Tromlin, pretend you can only keep it up if someone's watching, and then be like, you're gonna watch, and we're gonna.
Good.
Hold on. Could you hold this, my holy symbol?
Well,
You might feel a slight burning sensation. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, that's normal.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Yeah, I just need the picture.
Okay.
If you wanna, you can cut away the.
I just saw the stat block.
Well, the stat block.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Stat block to that. Don't worry about it.
Oh no!
I believe what Tromlin's doing
the
here
picture that I want.
is called Russian Ghoulette.
This is in fact a Russian creature.
Oh man.
A Russian fairy creature.
I can throw this to live now if we want it, because we got it.
If you're good for it, let's do it.
There she is. She's super pretty.
Oh no, you need to move that up. So that's what she looks like. That's what she looks like without the gem.
This is the reveal.
Oh, I see where this is going, and I don't like it.
That's what she looks like with the gem.
Yeah, that's the problem right there.
Yeah.
The below the water part.
Yeah, that's an issue.
You're not the only one who's got a bone there, sir.
Nope.
Hey, Pan, first off.
True.
I'm putting the Pan satyr. Looking up turning undead rules.
You are a cleric. That's good.
You have a variety of options. To keep somebody.
Yeah,
occupied.
I'm gonna have to turn some undead, I think. Like, you two are cool.
Well, you can tell the other two aren't undead. They're fae creatures.
That's fine. I'm fine with them. Like, I'm fae, they're fae. You know, it is what it is.
That's just normal. Yeah.
Yeah. That's.
I'm just checking.
But the undead thing, I was on board till I realized she's probably not charmed, and
Channel divinity.
You're like, you I'm into. You not so much, not my thing.
Turn undead. Present your holy symbol. Does anyone remember who you're worshiping today? I know you rolled for it, but I forgot who it was.
Right.
I think it was.
It was a merchant god, wasn't it?
Yes,
yeah, it was a merchant.
Right. Was it a gnomish god? Because I thought it was thematic.
No, it's one of the classic. I'm pulling it up now because I'm pretty sure I remember now. I just need to have.
But is it after midnight?
You have not yet rested. It was Joaquin. Joaquin, Liberty's Maiden, the Golden Lady of Commerce.
Oh, cool.
Is who you are. Who you are worshiping.
Wait, hold on. So you have your that summoning bead on your prayer beads, which I assume works with whatever deity you have that day, which means you could summon Joaquin's phoenix. You could...
Oh my goodness.
Good.
We are on fire tonight. Okay.
We're gonna hurt Randy.
So turn undead, wisdom saving throw, turned for a minute, and it has to spend that time trying to get away from you.
Oh, it's gonna take longer than a minute, I'm sure.
I'd like to think I'm a little longer
but you can
than
at least drive it away. Well, for one thing,
you're not part of this.
If you drive it away into the mists, it will leave this space and be in some other space. Maybe it'll be able to find its way back, but maybe it won't. You want to?
Yeah, but I'm thinking with my dick right now, so I'm not really thinking that far ahead.
Yeah, you can just make her go away, and then the other two will still be here.
Yeah,
they're not.
It's my turn to be the destructive party member.
Good, perfect.
Right? You want to chase her off?
Yeah.
So you can pull out Joaquin's symbol, which is a golden coin with her profile face on it. And I will roll a wisdom save. Oh, Jesus. I was going to
That
say
good?
it has a very good bonus, but I can't save a 2. I need a lot more than I've got, so that's that.
Famlin, just remember, it's going to be maximum 5 minutes with whatever you're doing before you have your grandfather's voice inside your skull with whatever you're doing.
He can ignore it.
Look, it's been a while. You'd be surprised what I can work with.
Yep. Okay, so you, as you approach, you glance through the gem of true seeing. You see the hideous, rotting zombie thing that looks like a beautiful woman, and then you take it away and you go, and you present the holy symbol, and that particular of the 3 shrieks with like a hideous look on her face. The skin tightens, kind of almost skull-like. Doesn't completely drop the illusion, but she then flees into the water and disappears. The other 2 look alarmed at this, but you have rolled spectacularly on your persuasion rolls, so you quickly calm them and play up that you have been so totally enchanted by their charms, and get the 2 of them, bring them in, and we'll maybe fade to black there. And
I can't wait
go
for the
elsewhere.
later adventure when we're finding all my illegitimate children.
Hell
I'm
yes.
gonna roll to see
You're the
where-
bard.
I'm gonna roll to see where she goes.
I actually did consider making a bard at one point, so
I want to make like a really non-horny bard, like the kind of concert pianist who has sworn to celibacy because they're so
actually,
into their craft.
I ran a game where my friend Delling played the most chaste bard ever. It was
Nice.
actually a very sweet character. I believe it was a full orc.
Okay.
Especially with puppetry, as I recall.
Oh, good.
Alina, we're switching
Yeah.
to Udna.
Hi.
So you're in this like weird pseudo chessboard floor tile thing, except it's round with a circle of slow moving stone statue people looking at you, and a big well in the middle.
All right. Hi guys. I don't want to fight. Trey, look, you don't want to fight statues. They're really hard to claw.
It's true.
Oh, good. They are moving. Cool. Can I, do you guys know how to get out of here?
Again, a delay. I'm speeding this up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know, but eventually. And the ones that are pointing, actually, all of them would do this in unison. Probably, they're pointing at the well.
Okay. I will look at the floor and go, oh, this is like that game that Trauman likes to play that I'm no good at. And I'll like take one of my ration bars out and like throw it onto one of the floor tiles.
The floor, nothing happens.
Okay.
Ration bar is not a valid piece.
No.
Yeah. Ration bar to E4.
Oh, that doesn't look good. But nothing happened.
I'm going to step on that particular.
Yeah,
spot.
how bad could it be?
Are you a queen?
I am, in fact, a queen.
Queen
Yeah.
of
I am a queen.
Is that correct?
So you step on that particular square, and as your weight goes on the square, you hear like a click. And one of the statues turns, like not from his own. They're still moving super slowly, but the pedestal that it's standing on,
Yeah.
basically turns and slides towards you, but at an angle into a particular
Spot.
spot. I was going to say square, but these are all kind of triangles because it's a circular space.
Right,
So it's
right.
a weird circle version of a chess setup. But if you knew more about chess, Ugna, you would think that they are moving like a knight because it slides. It's over and
then down one.
sideways.
I
But
love
towards
that.
you.
I love that Tromlin got the puzzle where you have to resist having sex, and
Yes.
Ugna got the puzzle where you have to
Play
solve
chess.
math problems and do games of wits.
Yes. I watch that and I'm like, ready to go for the hammer, but it stops far away from me. So I will try to go for the well. How many
Just
steps can I
directly?
take? Yeah. Is it straight in
Okay.
front of me? I'm just gonna like slide that
It's
way.
at the center of the space. So
Yeah.
no matter where you go, unless you're either going towards it or away from it. So you start like moving quickly, and each time you step on a triangle, there's a click, and one of the
no.
the things moves, and very quickly they're like
Coming my way?
practically on you. They're moving. It's almost like the weeping angels, like when you blink, it is like as they move up, since you're running quickly, and so very quickly they're on top of you, and the one that moves into your space with your, like, say your third or fourth step, takes a swipe at you with its sword.
Now I'm mad. Hammer's coming out.
And just roll off with me here.
Sure.
Just roll a d20, add your attack bonus. Is that
20?
All right.
okay? You put down a shoulder and barrel into it as it actually didn't even beat your armor class, so it like raises the sword and goes, and it's going to glance off of you, and you just barrel into it with your shoulder, and it shatters. Like it is in fact made of stone,
Right.
And pieces fly everywhere. As you do that, you hear a horrifying shrieking noise, and this like zombie skeletal woman with streaming white hair and a haunted skull face comes flying out of the mist, and runs towards the well at the center. And as she does so, as she hits each triangle, there's a click, and several of the pieces start moving towards her as well. Roll me a wisdom save.
Oh, good. 8.
I'm just going to double check if you have any kind of resistance.
No.
To this sort of thing. I don't think you do.
No.
Oh no.
Wisdom
is
is
a
not my
So
thing.
sorry, Alina.
It's great.
I'm so sorry.
It's good.
You are afraid of this creature. You are with fear.
Yep.
I did randomize.
What the fuck?
I did randomize which room she went to. And
we're just so out of her depth here.
you're terrified and basically have to run away from her, which basically means towards the well.
Okay.
So I'm going to do a little quickie randomize thing here. You take a total of 1d8 plus 3 per hit, so 6 and 6 and 7 and 4 is 23 damage from sword cuts as you bash your way through.
How many of these statues did I destroy? Because I'm on a rampage now.
Like a couple. Like you knock one just off its pedestal. You break the head off of one with your hammer. It's continuing to like move and flail at you as though that didn't happen to it. And you launch yourself into the well. And it is 100% the scene from Labyrinth. You plummet, but quickly slow to a stop as these gray stone-like hands that line the well, the helping hands, grasp and grapple with you and hold upon you.
There's a lot of yelling. I'm like trying to like fetal position around Trey so they don't grab him, and there's like a get off me! Don't stop touching me! I'm ticklish.
They start making the little faces and go, "We're just helping. We're helping hands."
And then the banshee thing falls in. They're like, "Oh, is this your friend? We'll bring her down."
No.
You can hear sounds of fighting up top, and more shrieks that send terror through your spine. And they ask you, "Well, which way do you want to go?"
Down, faster, faster.
Or down.
Down.
She chose down. And yeah, it's just 100% the scene from Labyrinth, except
Good.
instead of like
Let's
a,
do that.
a little white girl, it's a giant pink-haired orc lady. Okay, so meanwhile, Fetty,
Yes.
so you're in the forest of the weird iguana things, and they're
Yes.
flashing their various colored lights at you and looking at you curiously.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna say hello.
All right, you can speak with animals.
Yeah.
Let's see if these fairy creatures are animal enough for that to function. You do indeed understand them when they say back to you, hello, hello, Two-Leg.
Hi.
Why are you down there? Your colors are wrong.
That's a very good question. I'm not entirely sure about that. Why are you guys here?
We live here.
Okay.
These are our trees. And one of them
Do you like it here?
I don't understand the question.
What would I know about these guys?
Little to nothing. You can make an Arcana roll. Fairy creatures aren't so much your expertise.
Yeah.
It would be Arcana, not nature.
Well, I'm gonna try. Probably won't amount to much, but 13.
Yeah, you're not really sure. You
Okay.
vaguely, you know enough about fairy stuff, primarily from your adventures with Tromlin, that you're like, okay, this mist stuff, these are like little pockets of like fairy realm or something. So maybe these creatures don't know that they're imprisoned because they just are like, this is a fairy realm place that I live. But you think this is basically like magical reconstructions of their habitat. So much in the same way that like if you had a decent zoo with like a decent amount of space for something like a deer, like it had a run to live in, it wouldn't particularly know that it would be like there is grass and I eat the grass and I can run up and down. And then there's a place where I can't run because there's a thing in the way. But anyway, I'll run the other way. And you imagine it's that sort of thing where they don't know that they're imprisoned.
Okay. Do you all get enough to eat and feel safe?
They don't understand. They're very confused for a bit because they don't understand the concept of safe.
Alina, do you see what's happening with?
I need to stop it. I need to stop it.
That's hilarious. Okay, I don't know how many people saw that on the stream. Alina has covered the extra camera with, I think, a piece of paper, and Meg has decided that is a good source of nest.
Oh no, guys! Glorpa has the Trash Heroes logo covering her screen, so
you can't see it on the stream, but you can see it on Discord.
You just saw like a cocktail face go like, ah, ah.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, you cannot come on our stream.
Okay, well,
Are you a problem?
So they don't
You're a
seem to
problem.
understand the concept of safe, which you think makes a lot of sense for fairy creatures. Oh
yeah.
my goodness.
Either
Guess
they're fine or they're idiots or they're both, so I'm not too worried about that. Okay,
They might know their way around here.
can I do you all know of any way out of this space?
Yes.
Could you show me where it is?
Where do you want to go?
That's a good question.
There is the dark tree place. There is the tunnel place. There is the I don't think they would say oubliette, but the mud hole.
Yeah, the mud hole.
There is
I don't
the-
think I want to go to the mud hole. That doesn't sound like my jam.
The stone ones.
Do you guys go to these other places?
No, this place is better for us.
Fair.
There is the cage place. There is the wet place.
Cage place.
There is the high place.
Could you describe this cage place? Are there other creatures there?
That is the place with the most creatures.
I would like to go there.
it is this way. And one of them will actually, in fact, there's an attack roll made against you.
Oh, great. Good. I'm about to get
That'll succeed.
chameleon tongued, I bet.
Good.
Yeah, one of them goes, it is this way. And then it opens its mouth, and a giant long chameleon tongue shoots out, grabs you by the snout, and kind of flings you or pulls you forward so that you go flying between the two trees that are on that side. And you go tumbling through the mist. And you find yourself...
As I go flying, I want to shout, "Thank you!"
So polite.
You just get Yoshi'd through the labyrinth.
Yeah.
Well, and in fact, you find yourself in it is that part of the labyrinth that is like the big estuary space of like stone levels and stairs and so on. And there are floating platforms, like blocks of stone just floating that you can potentially jump through to get where you need to go. And you can see here and there throughout this space, it's like a little zoo. Like this is where there are smaller, like contained cages. So you see a cage with like some kind of minotaur-like creature, except that it's got the head of a bull, but it's instead of having like the body of a man, it has the body of some kind of giant bird, and like almost like cat-like claws.
Mesopotamian gods going on over here.
Yeah,
okay.
and there's another cage with I'm trying to think of stuff that's not too powerful because it's not like sphinxes and chimera and stuff like that. It's like lower scale. But yeah, like there's like a big python-like serpent with 3 heads curled up in one huge glass-walled.
That one will definitely try to eat me if I let it out.
And there are a number of like more traditional fey creatures too. There's like one cage. If you've ever been like at a zoo that has like the one monkey cage with a whole bunch of little capuchins, it's like that, except they're all like little pixie brownie type things. Kind of like looking bored. There's like a pile of like broken shoes at the bottom of their cage, and one of them's like half-heartedly like fixing one.
Oh.
And you can hear some of the tinkling singing that you heard before, much louder now. But you also see, as soon as you come in and get your bearings and see all of this, a number of guards that are in here. And like up in the platform area, one of the major areas where there's a bunch of these larger cages, a door opens, and a group of turtle guards come in. They're smaller turtles. They're the sort of small-sized people turtles, so they're like in the 4-foot tall, stocky like a dwarf. And there's 5 of them.
Teenagers?
No, there's 5 of them. 4 of them are have green shells, and 1 has a red shell.
Oh, good. Watch out for the blue shell, dude.
Closer to you, and jumping down now from some of the platforms are a number of short, squat myconids, and they look very angry. And so little mushroom guys, they're heading your way.
This feels.
Do they have
very
big
Mario
eyebrows?
like.
Real big eyebrows?
Yeah,
They have
kind of
little
got,
genie
like,
vests?
big ridge. Yeah.
You are being a problem. Don't eat my character sheet.
Do I see any suspiciously punchable looking blocks floating in the air nearby?
I mean, some of these,
Or a weird mushroom.
some of the blocks that are floating have like different colored squares on the bottom, and you see a few that are almost glowing. Like one block out of the whole platform is kind of glowing a little.
Yeah. Okay.
Magical.
Let me see. And I'm guessing none of my friends are anywhere in sight.
Not yet, but maybe this is a good time to jump to someone else. Copernicus, we'll go back to you. I'm going to do one quick round here, and then we'll take our break. So Copernicus, you thunderstepped back out and exploded out of this oubliette. And actually, you know what? You spent a hero point. I am going to grease some wheels for you. So you actually came flying out of that into another room just for fun. I'm just going to throw another one of our descriptive places. So you came out of that into like a bog area where the mists are really thick and it's like full of flies and nasty things and it just stinks. It is just the stinkiest thing ever. You just go, okay, well, I'm just not going to breathe. That's
yeah,
easy.
as I say, this problem has a solution.
Yeah, you kind of
Never breathe it.
imagine that there's some sort of magic, stink curse on this place that's bad. So you avoid stepping in the water. But you actually you find you're kind of like, oh no, if I realize what's going to happen if I fall in the water, I'll have like a curse on me of something stink related. But I have a spell slot left, fly.
I actually don't have a spell slot left.
I'm going to call the time you spent chatting in the oubliette because you spent a hero point. I'm calling that a short rest. So
Yeah.
you've got your 2 spell slots left. You spend one on the fly spell.
Okay.
And so now that you're flying, you're like, easy. I am going to ignore there's a bunch of weird fairy things like crawling around in the muck, but you go through the mist and go, nope, I'm going to find my friends. And you carry on. You flash through a couple of other spaces. There's one big long stone corridor that just seems to go forever. Like it's like just a real, not a great part of the maze to be in. And there are little, I think Meg's going after that camera again. There's little fairy sprites hanging out along the walls. They're harvesting fungus off the stone. But you just go again, hey, it's a high wall, but I'm flying, and you just go over it.
Yeah.
And a couple of other random spots, and then you find yourself coming into this area of cages and stone floating platforms, and you see Fetid.
Okay. Cool.
I wave.
I'm going to then jump to Ugna. So you say, I'd like to go down, please. They start like handing you one to the other down. And one of the little faces is like, you want to be more specific?
Have you seen a satyr around anywhere?
No,
Oh. I was hoping to go where he is.
I don't know him. What
What
place
about-
do you want to go?
What about an old guy?
Yes, what
Little
kind of
glasses.
place are you trying to get to?
Trying to get to my friends.
We don't know your friends.
Little kobold, kind of brown, little stinky. Older guy with a bucket.
That's very diplomatic of you.
Just a bit, just a little stinky. Or
Look, we don't know your friends. We just know this place. Tell
Oh.
us where you're going.
I don't know this place either. What kind of places are there?
One of them sighs and goes, all right, probably broke out of one of the cages. Let's send her there. And then others all start chanting, cages, the cages, the cages, the cages. And just start
Yes, I'm
rapidly
looking for cages. Yeah.
bringing you
Let me go there.
hand to hand. So you're now crowd surfing, and the well branches into many tunnels in different directions, and you're basically being crowd surfed into the mist.
Good.
And then you tumble out of a trap door and you land on one of the platforms randomly in this space.
This is
Okay, so-
handy go-go.
I'm
been
not
crowd
gonna cut
surfed.
back to Tromlin
Crowd surfed by him.
because Tromlin is busy, and I don't want to
Interrupt.
torment the audience with too much role playing. So let's take our break here, and then we'll come back to the heart of the menagerie with you guys.
All right.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
So we'll be back
All right,
in
so-
10, 15?
Yep, 10 minutes, and we will
See y'all in a few.
jump back on.
Hey, we're back.
Hello, audience. We have returned. Still waiting for a moment on a couple folks, but that's okay because I am going to move now to Fetid. So it is all good. So, So yeah, as you were just looking around to see what you could see in terms of these different your immediate environment. There are a bunch of little pits and spikes and things to avoid, and there are these platforms. And you've noticed that there are a few of the blocks and the platforms are kind of glowing magically. And the myconids are coming at you, looking quite menacing as they waddle on their little two legs, and their angry eyes get even angrier.
Is there a glowing block within punching or perhaps arrow shooting range?
Certainly. I think you are pretty decent jumper.
Yes. Acrobatics is quite good.
Nice.
Yeah, so you can go ahead and make me an acrobatics check.
I made my character sheet, which I had to hide so the bird wouldn't eat it.
That will be a 22.
Okay, excellent. So you leap up. Let me roll on a little chart here. Yeah, where are my notes? Here we go. To see which of these little effects you have. So,
Is this a Mario Kart situation where you hit the block and then it like selects after a minute?
no, the you hit the little block and it explodes, disappears,
Cool.
and where the block was, a strange glowing star drops towards
Whoa.
you.
Good.
All right. I'm gonna like instinctively try to swallow it.
You do, and your body begins glowing. You sort of grow slightly larger than you normally are, temporarily. And as you do this, the myconids are upon you.
Sorry about that.
Oh, no worries.
No
We're
worries.
back, just so you know.
I started early because I knew I was just doing fetid for the first bit. So yeah, they're trying to grab onto you and attack you. They've got like little like claw-like appendages, and they're just bouncing harmlessly off of you. And in fact, you find that with this aura of invulnerability, you can just kind of kick them, and then just send them scattering.
Perfect.
So this will allow you to move forward, and you can potentially get closer to some of these other platforms.
And the music in your brain also gets faster.
Does.
Well, you can hear a song. Someone is
Feel
singing,
unstoppable.
and the song does seem to have sped up a little bit. What do you want to do?
Let's see. Can I? I still haven't located the source of the song yet.
No, but you can make me an investigation roll.
Yeah.
You can hear it, so you can
I
sort of home in on it.
Good. 20.
Oh yeah, dirty 20, no problem. Yeah, you can tell it's up much higher than where you are. But like you can tell where sort of towards the back that song is coming from.
All right, I'm gonna start jumping my way up that way, knocking aside anyone who tries to stop me.
Good.
Okay, so make me another acrobatics check, and we'll just see how quickly you're able to.
That's a 25.
Oh, excellent! So you jump on top of one of the myconids, and he kind of flattens, and then you leap from on top of him up and grab the edge of the platform and pull yourself up, and then you like jump and somersault from one platform to the next. A couple of these turtles have now jumped down towards you and are coming at you with little short spears, and they're running towards you. And you kick one of the myconids, and he goes flying and knocks over one of the turtles. The turtle like withdraws into his shell, so he's just sitting there on his back. But then you kick that, and it just careens into some of the other turtles and scatters them.
Yep.
But then the glow around you starts to flash, and after a few moments it dissipates, and you feel back to normal. But by now you're several levels of platform further forward, and you can see another glowing block above you.
All right, I am going to make for that next glowing block.
Okay. I'm going to roll for what you get out of that one. Okay, you jump up and smash this next glowing block. You're kind of at the edge of a pit. There's not a lot of good places to go. You kind of have to go sideways from here to get towards the music. So you're going to end up going up around the outer tiers where a lot of the big cages are and more of the guards. So you jump up and smash this next block, and a strange leaf falls out.
Okay, I'm going to grab that.
Okay. Do you consume this as well?
Yes.
You're just Yoshi.
Okay. You eat the leaf, and you feel yourself polymorphing and transforming. As you eat the leaf, you see that there was kind of like a jar that had been magically transformed into the block that disintegrated when you punched it. You actually see the label that was on the jar as the pieces fall away. And it said magic leaf of the flying squirrel, and there's like a space after flying, and then there's an actual question mark at the end, like someone wasn't sure. And you in fact feel your body transforming, and you get like a brown fur, and you have this loose skin that's hanging from you, but particularly around the area of the crotch.
Enormous testicles.
Yeah, you just have and you're like weirded out. You have giant mammal testicles outside
Really
of your body.
uncomfortable. Why are these on the outside? Seems like bad design. Ugh. All right.
And the skin of your testicles actually like billows out, and you can kind of catch the air with it.
Lara just said, "Oh fuck you! I was trying to work."
Sorry, Laura. Now you have to draw it.
Tanuki fetid is a thing now.
That's a thing.
Your gift is your curse, Lara.
Well, it said flying on there, and this is just so weird. So I want to like give my sack an experimental flap and see what happens.
You in fact catch the air with it and can fly as you jump off of this platform. And fly like directly up and towards the music. You can basically
Buzz first.
beeline.
Yep.
Is Perny present for this?
Yes, you have. By this time, you're witnessing this as you have
I imagine just like a single tear sliding down your cheek.
You also, of course,
the majesty.
you can still fly because your fly spell is still working. So you could theoretically go fly and try and keep up.
I'll join Fetid, and I'll say, I won't tell you where I've been, I'll just tell you this is the second mud flap I've seen in action.
Nice.
You hear a distant, hey!
I point down at my crotch with a free hand, and I'm like, are yours like all dangly like this?
Not far off of it.
Huh.
At my age. Yeah. Wow.
I love it.
Okay. Are you just basically beelining for the source of the music now?
Yes.
I'm just following Fetid for fun.
I mean, yeah. Why wouldn't you at this point?
In that case, I'm going to give some descriptive flavor for this. We'll kind of jump ahead a bit in the interest of time. So, Ugna.
Do I pop out of a pipe, a green pipe in the wall?
Yeah, there's like a green pipe. The hands pass you out, and you come flying out the end of this green pipe, and you land on the stone surface. And it happens to be where these guys are headed. And so you head up there. This is an area at the back of the chamber where there's quite a large number of different creatures in various cages. And in fact, you can see this gilded cage, like a golden cage with a rounded top, like a big canary cage. And there's a swing in the middle of it, and the gnome princess is sitting in the swing, sort of swinging back and forth and singing to herself.
If you princesses in another castle us, I
Oh
swear to
god!
God,
Also, can I come out at the bottom, but then use my new boots and just like bypass the level?
Oh yeah.
Because I got some jumping. I got super jump.
You land on a platform that's a ways away from the others with like a a gulf in between them. And
And I'm
you
like,
go,
I can make it.
yeah, and you like take a couple of running steps, and then leap with triple your normal jump distance.
Oh yeah.
Hell yes.
Which is what? What is jump distance in
It is your.
5e?
I thought it was
I
just.
looked this up.
Oh wait, no, I only know third.
Jumping. Your jump distance.
It is 3 plus your strength modifier. Straight up.
When you make a long jump, you cover a number of feet up to your strength score.
Right.
If you have at least a 10-foot run.
If
Jesus
I'm
Christ.
high jumping, I can leap into the air a number of feet equal to 3 plus your strength modifier,
Holy shit.
which is 5. So 8 feet
Right.
directly up.
8 is normal.
Nice.
Now times that by 3.
Yeah, so that's like more than half your movement.
Wilt Chamberlain dunking
You
from
can-
the free throw line over here.
You can jump your entire
Movement.
walking speed.
Yeah. Straight up.
Or no, but like as a long jump, like as a
Right.
on a level, like jumping over a chasm or something.
And it
you
makes
can
a boing
basically-
noise.
Yeah, you
Every
can
time
make
I do
like a
it.
dash action and jump like 60 feet or whatever that works out to.
So I go, oh, hey guys, and then I just leap, and I'm beside you.
You leap like 25 feet straight up and then like 40 feet along. Yeah, any remaining turtle guards that got in your way, you just like barrel through them like a bowling ball, scattering the pins.
Is there a barrel at the top that I can just roll back their way?
Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you jump up all the way up, you get to a point where you're at the top, and there's a big
And I do
stack
this?
of casks.
For no reason.
You throw the casks down, and it
Yeah.
totally like keeps any pursuit from making its way up to you. So then, just to finish off the little side adventure here, yeah, you get up to the cage fetid, and the princess is swinging back and forth and singing, "I'm just a gnome in a gilded cage."
God.
And then she goes, she like does a double take when you show up, and she's like, I taught kobold. Anyway,
I'm also looking
And,
sideways at your balls and I'm like, that's new. And trying
Yeah.
not to look.
Do you have these, Uga? Or is this just like a male thing?
Yep, that's nope, not me.
by now you've been flashing. No, she says, I taught Flappy Sack. And then you start flashing and you turn into yourself again.
Uh-huh. Oh. Back on the inside where they belong. Okay. Yeah, hi, we're here to get you out of here.
My hero. She rattles the edge of the cage.
Alright.
So this is an anti-magic cage,
Mm-hmm.
so that she can't use her magic.
Is there a lock that I can see?
There is, and of course it's not magical because it's an anti-magic cage.
Yeah.
I don't believe so. You don't have Trauma with you, so I don't know if anybody has any thieves' tools. You might have to just try
I
and break it.
have
What
a
about
hammer.
that? What about that ring of keys that we stole off the
Oh,
guards?
yeah.
Oh, an excellent idea. I think that's an excellent out. So
Bernie's
yes,
already cutting himself to draw blood to make the
Yeah.
bit of blood. Like he's already got the knife in himself by the time you're like, what about these normal keys that we have?
you just like you watch him for a few moments, and then you just like casually start taking keys and checking them until one of them opens the gate. The door.
I mean, at this point, it's just sort of like what Perny is doing ambiently anytime I glance
Yeah.
over his
Yeah.
There's something
Cutting
involving
himself and
blood.
making something
Just
out of
cutting
you know.
himself.
Yeah, it's just, it's what Grandpa does.
Yeah.
So I'll just summarize. You unlock the cage. You let the princess out. She throws her arms around you and gives you a huge kiss on the cheek and comes
Oh,
away
you're
with
going to
this,
regret that.
slime,
That's how you get parasites.
goo all over. At which point she goes, prestidigitation. there.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Yep. I'm gonna like hand her off to Ugna because I feel like probably in better hands there, much larger hands.
I will hold her away from the owl bear that's like pawing.
That's true.
And then like put her up on my shoulder.
Good point. Okay.
Are you
So,
aware of any other creatures here that do not want to be here that would want to be let out? I'm gonna ask her that because she's been here for a while.
Perfect. I was just going to say you have a little bit of time to kind of go around and pick out some individual creatures that you don't think will cause too much trouble, particularly at other cages. And in fact, you could even like let some of the fairy creatures out and then give them the keys and be like, see who you feel like letting out.
Yeah.
Because even if this is like access to the Feywild, the ones in the cages can't go like hang out just randomly around the Feywild. So you do that. Oh, I missed something. Hang on a second. I'm just going to quickly backtrack. While you were flying up there, Fetid, I got ahead of myself because I wanted to speed this last bit up. But Fetid, while you were flying alongside Copernicus and trying to make your way up to the highest platform and up where the gnome song was coming from, that was the point. So there were the green pipes that Ugna came out of. Before Ugna comes shooting out of one of the green pipes, the hideous hag thing comes shooting out of one of the pipes.
Cool. Good.
And she immediately was going to attack. So she has her shriek, and I need a saving throw from both of Copernicus and Fetid. Wisdom save.
15?
That's not going to do it. It's a 17. How about you?
That was close.
Nat 1!
Oh no.
Oh no.
You super failed. So you were both hit with magical fear.
I really fucked the party just trying to get my
Good.
wet.
Good.
Then Ugna comes flying out of another one of the pipes. Ugna, you're no longer afraid of her because you've had a significant period aside. And so I'm going to hand wave that combat. Ugna basically attacks what I can now reveal. I just closed that window, so I can't remember. Is indeed a Rusalka.
Yep. Somebody in the chat guessed it.
Yeah, I saw that. You were correct, whoever it was in the chat that guessed it was a Rusalka. So you attack the Rusalka, and because you have your maneuver points, you can shove it off of the platform so it falls down below, which will at least take it out of your immediate need to deal with it.
Can I try to like shove it down a pipe?
It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
You can say there's like it falls down below in the Escher painting, so it's going to have something to deal with down there. Pits and Goombas, I mean Myconids, and
a giant
hungry
carnivorous plant pops out of a pipe.
Yeah.
And...
Yeah, there's a couple of those down below. You got. She starts wrestling with it.
It's good.
No.
A couple turtles with hammers are really working it over.
But while that happened, Fetid, you had this like fear effect. Both of you did, so you had to flee away from her. So luckily, she's been sent down off the platform, so away can be to the direction you want to go. But in the immediate reaction of that fear, when you clench up in fear, is that
your testicles.
You've got a magical transformation going on, but underneath it, you're still fetid, and so you have that reptile reaction of evacuating your cloaca.
Gonna say, I know where this is going.
And the jade egg falls.
Oh, good.
Oh no!
Wait, does it stay in the suit? Does it stay in the suit?
Well, it's not really a suit. It's like an illusory pseudo transformation. It falls and lands in what looks to be a big glowing brazier of green fire just below.
Well, I feel like I should probably go get that.
So what do you want to do?
What's the timing on this? We've already rescued the gnome.
This is before you rescued her.
Oh, okay.
Just before you got to the end there.
Hold on.
Yeah.
We're within a retcon within a retcon.
Yes.
One more, and it's like Inception, where you can't escape the
Yeah.
dream anymore because you just live there.
Yeah.
Yep. I have to go get the egg. I told Glorpa I'd take care of it.
Okay.
I'd feel too guilty.
So how do you want to try and fetch it? It's sitting. You can still fly at this point, so. But it is sitting in a big brazier full of magical fire.
Do I have?
We could like Sonic and Tails this. I could fly and.
I could Stormkeeper it, since that's effectively Mage Hand.
Yeah, you could Mage Hand it. You do have Mage Hand.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do that then.
Okay, so you send a swarm of bugs into the flame to grab it.
Fire bugs.
And they're like burning up, but like they manage to get it out of the out of the fire. Mechanically, this acts exactly like Mage Hand, so it's not affected. They're magical insects. Some of the real ones burn up, but the rest of them manage to tip the egg out of the thing and catch it with like some other not on fire bugs, and bring it back to you. So you manage to get it back. When you get it back, though, it is now quite hot to the touch.
Yeah, that just occurred to me.
Yeah, don't put that back.
Put it back inside.
Ow, 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 ow. I am going to dunk it in my jug of miscellaneous liquid. Which I
Does
will
it really
say.
fit inside the jug?
Yep.
Pour some mayonnaise on it.
You could pour something out.
Are you deviling the jade egg?
Yes.
I might be.
Yeah, you can like carry it along with your Mage Hand temper. I think Mage Hand lasts.
Yeah, I'll
for
just
a
pour
while.
some water over it to cool it off.
Deviling the jade egg is what you call it when you put a magical egg up your cloaca.
Oh boy. Only in a sexy way, though.
So you're carrying the
Not
jade
in a
egg along.
utilitarian
Yeah.
way.
So you're carrying it along with your Mage Hand, and there's like mayonnaise sizzling off of it as you run up and rescue the princess. Okay, so back to where we were. You having done this, you basically managed to find your way back out. This is the part. This actual part of the menagerie has doors that lead to other parts of the building, because this is how the guards come in with those keys to like feed things. And you basically manage to find your way out. You connect the fleeing sentient fairy creatures with your local Quaggle tribe to like smuggle them out of the building as necessary, and you reconnect with Tromlin. I imagine you send word to Tromlin through the Purdy net, being like, "Tromlin, where are you?"
I think back, making the wetlands wetter.
That's my boy.
Let's give him a few minutes. He's gonna need a while.
You like make your way out of the building, and like go, okay, well, we've got like another half an hour or an hour before we're supposed to go rendezvous at the ship. Hopefully Tromlin will catch up. I'm gonna work back in the whole
Nice.
Tromlin shows up on the shore being like,
Yeah.
"Oh, wait for me."
I'm just imagining you stepping out of his portal and like giving like a kiss behind you, and then just like,
I'm going to ask them if they want to leave with me.
hmm.
Because they are sentient creatures.
Yeah.
I want them to know that you are in a menagerie. You're basically in a zoo. Do you want to stay here?
You manage to like convince them that they are imprisoned, but like because you can sort of misty step your way out, you can basically lead them into the rest of the like to the parts of the Feywild that isn't part of this menagerie,
Yeah.
like outside of the prison bit.
So I can release them in their own way.
Yeah, you can release them into the Feywild.
I do
say.
want to learn also their names because, I'm not that kind of an
Yeah.
asshole. I want to at
Yeah.
least know the names of the
Courtesy.
people.
For sure.
So,
I haven't named them, but
They
you
have
get
names.
Their names are in like fairy language.
that's fine. I wish
them.
them both luck. I hope I run into them again soon. Be safe and
Run into them.
have some happy drownings. So as I'm
Grabbing
leaving, I see a birdcage.
So hang on, before they get to the birdcage. So the rest of you, having escaped the mansion and through the sewerways, and going now down towards the docks to the ship, uh, you will in fact encounter the same guy who came and found you at the cantina,
Mm-hmm.
who has a note for Copernicus.
Ooh.
Has a scroll which he passes on to you and bows, and says, "I hope the maestro hopes that your activities went well."
Oh yes, report back that on the first test, Ugna jumped 50 feet. However long. I'll give the height and the distance of the jump, and then I'll provide her usual jumping distance as the control group baseline.
He'll furiously take the notes. So yeah, you have this scroll from the maestro that you can check out when you get to your rendezvous.
Does the princess want to come with us? Is she she's a Quaggle, right?
Yeah, I was going to say, so she's the leader of the local Quaggles,
Right?
and she will in fact be very taken with Fetid, and sort of she keeps making hints about like how he would clean up nice. And if she could only, she has a prestidigitation, she could get that sewer slime off.
No.
can't change
I'm flattered, really, but no. My filth is who I am.
You could be her prince, the prince of the Quaggles.
No. I have a greater calling than that. Also, a slightly more pertinent question. If the guy who did this to you once did it to you once, he's going to try and do something similar again in the future. If not to you, then to other innocent creatures. What do you want us to do about this guy?
Well, the big folk have always been, a plague to us. But I won't be so quick to fall into his traps a second time.
That's good to hear. Okay, well, if you don't specifically want me to murder him, I guess if I murdered him, it would cause trouble for everything that he's taking care of in there.
She would not be against you murdering him, but you might wanna like do it when you have more time. Meg is definitely into you.
That's Mary.
That'll be like a whole thing. We'll save the revenge murders for later.
So she will like clasp you by the hands, and
shouldn't do that.
and
She's got prestidigitation.
you know what? She'll just, you say you shouldn't do that, and she just full on pulls you into a hug, and thank you. You've done.
You're welcome.
Important work
Please
there. And then
go
she'll
bathe.
prestidigitate herself clean again.
Okay, good. That's handy.
So I will now jump back into the recap and complete our recap from last time. So you then made your way to Captain Kristoff's ship, the Yearling Sparrow, the ship which famously made the Kressel run in under 12 parsnips. In a hidden smuggler's cove. Was Randy here for that workshop? I don't remember.
I was here for you guys to Scrimea, but I didn't get to see the ship.
The deal is that that's the length of time it takes to consecutively boil 12 parsnips.
Yeah. I remember
that was the deal.
Yeah.
It is in a hidden smuggler's cove south of the city. The group went there, met the crew, which included the first mate and quartermaster, Mr. Scree, who's a citizen Arakakra, and Gribblegrot, the insane goblin artificer. Actually, Elena, do you want to pull them up on the?
Oh, I could.
Large rhythm.
I have the map up. I can just switch that for a sec while I get the other ones going.
Yeah, I've still got the rest of them.
Here's Karsh. That's where we are. And we're heading here, Santo Bianco.
Yeah, I'll come back to the map in a bit. But if you want to throw up
Yeah.
the images that Lar Lovely drew of the crew as I complete our update. So in addition to Mr. Scree and Gribblegrot, who were drawn, Gribblegrot is the insane goblin artificer and ship's gunner. There was also a chubby tabaxi named Mrs. Paws, who's the ship's cook, and about 10 other hands, including Heracles and Jericles, your old friends.
Oh, Heracles and Jericles.
Who popped out of like a tangle of ropes and said, "We are sailors now."
Oh God.
And then, of course, the captain also has his coxswain and bodyguard, the furry bugbear rock chewer, or Rocky for short. And so with the use, and so then in the early hours of, or the late hours of the night, when you're getting near to midnight and ready to head out, Tromlin appears on the shore, waving down the ship, having completed his extracurricular activities.
I do have a question.
Yep.
So when Tromlin got out, he got those naiads freed. How did I get out? Did I just like? How did I find my way out of the whole alternate reality thing?
Honestly, if you had just you could have just basically done what Fetid did. He sort of befriended some of the locals and said, which way do I go to get to this part of it? So
all right, there is one thing I wanted to do.
Told you basically how to get out.
So just so I'm understanding, the menagerie itself was like in a pocket dimension, right?
Yeah.
So nothing that happens to the house will hurt anyone in the pocket dimension, correct?
You're not particularly sure how it would affect because of the magic door. Probably the magic door is what creates the connection. You don't know that it would free anyone from the.
I'm not talking about freeing. I just want to make sure they don't get hurt.
Okay. You're going to set a fire on your way out, is the idea?
My intention is to burn this house to the fucking ground.
That's what I assumed.
I am happy to say that you set a fire when you left. You won't necessarily know for sure what the results of that are until like sometime.
And I'll grab his pet bird on the way out because that little
sure.
bastard's not dying.
And so yeah, you reconnect with Tromlin, and then where was I here? And then with the use of the captain's druid magic, the ship put out to sea in the dead of night against the tides and the wind. The ship encountered a mysterious mass of black tentacles that looked oddly familiar to most of you and got quickly obliterated by a single round of the cannons, leading to Copernicus getting screeched in by drinking moonshine out of an ancient salted codfish. And then we ended off with Perny beginning a ritual to once again commune with the outer planes and gather some information. And as he was doing so, Fetid was exploring the ship, discovered a number of barrels in the hidden smuggler's cargo hold.
Right.
Heard tiny voices within, and he pulled out the bunghole.
Really wish I hadn't done that, but
leading me to say bunghole several times. He pulled the bung out of the bunghole, and out of the bunghole came a bunch of.
That's the title of this
pixies.
episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So I will say, Fetid, that since the jade egg continues to be quite hot to the touch, you find a place to kind of stow it on the ship, so you don't have to try and put it inside your body and burn your cloaca.
Yeah, that would be bad.
No one wants a blistered cloaca. I'm
sure someone wants one.
So you have pulled the bung out, and a swarm of angling pixies ensue. So I would like initiative rolls.
Yeah.
Oh, should I roll my new god?
7.
Today?
Yeah, actually, it's late enough in the night. You've rested, and you can roll a new one. I've even got the list open still.
I got 13.
13 on the 30-sided die is Timora.
Nice.
Timora, the goddess of good fortune, Lady Luck.
Oh, that seems handy.
A goddess of good fortune and those who take risks.
Oh,
worshipped
shit.
pretty widely, particularly in the major cities of both the north and the south. Her
In
symbol
fairness,
is a silver coin with a shamrock on it.
I did take a pretty big risk, fucking naiads.
Yep. Yep. She approves.
Oh, initiative. Oh, that's
All right,
nice.
what do we got?
7.
Anybody else?
21.
Nice.
Wow. 14.
And Copernicus?
1.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
Okay. So 21, 14, 11 for the baddies, 7 and 1. So we will start with, we'll start with Fetid because you're not all aware of what's going on. So Fetid had the 14.
Yep.
So the fairies come bursting out. They don't initially attack you because they're disoriented. There's no surprise round here. They basically come, just a swarm of them like bees come out of this barrel. And they start careening into other barrels, and some of the barrels are getting knocked over, and you can hear the angry buzzing in them as well. But you get to go before any of the fairies do. What do you want to do?
Fairies. Can I attempt to communicate with them?
Yeah, you can say stuff to them.
I would like to ask them to just calm down. Give me a second. Figure out what's going on here.
They're just chittering unintelligibly.
There is traveling when you need them.
Yeah, whatever language they're speaking, you don't understand it.
Okay. I am.
They definitely look hostile.
Yeah, I can't say I blame them.
They have been shoved into a barrel for who knows how long.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be mad too, right?
Yeah.
I'm guessing these do not count as animals, and so my speak with the animals spell does not work.
No, they are not. They're
Okay.
they're made of magic.
I'm just gonna be like, Tromlin? Tromlin?
Cool. You can call for assistance.
Mm-hmm.
So further up the hold, like towards the other end of the hold, was where Copernicus, you have begun your rituals, and you had, I believe last time you requested that you would have Tromlin and Ugna at hand in case things went wrong. So basically, all of you are just at the other end of the hold from Fetid.
Oh, good news, bad news.
So, Tromlin, you hear Fetid call for assistance.
Do I hear the angry chittering as well?
Yeah, you can just start to hear, you kind of like, when you catch Fetid calling Tromlin, and then when you sort of are now paying attention to that, you kind of hear the buzzing noise.
Are they speaking Sylvan?
Vaguely, but mostly they're just making angry noises. They're not really.
I will attempt to
saying
get
words.
there and cast Calm Emotions.
Okay, so yeah,
Nice.
I think this is not that big of a ship. This is a good time to pull up the ship.
Oh yeah.
Why
Let me
don't
do
you
that.
pull up the image of the ship so that our lovely audience can have a look at it?
Half a second. That is in a different folder.
Indeed. And in the meantime, I'm checking the spell. I'm pretty sure everything's fine, but I'm just double checking the range on Calm Emotions, which is 60 feet and affects a 20-foot sphere. Yeah, you're going to have no problems affecting the entire area where these buzzing fairies happen to be.
All right. I'm going to attempt to calm some fae.
Exactly. Concentration up to a minute. They must make charisma saving throws. I'm going to just roll a couple of these in bunches. Yeah, you can. So your option here is you're going to attempt to make them indifferent rather than hostile.
Yeah, like I don't think they're not gonna be happy. I know that much.
No.
Who could blame them?
No, once I find out what happened, I'm pretty angry too.
Yep, me too.
What is your spell save DC? I believe it is 15. Okay.
I
we
say
have
said
the ship.
50 at first. I was like, holy shit, but no, that doesn't make sense.
Aha, I see that we do in fact have a picture of um, a typical pirate sloop, or which is about what I was describing this particular ship as. Um, so as you can see, sort of to scale, you obviously don't have all these cannons, um, but looking at the ship to scale, you can see that there isn't a hell of a lot of space. There is only a single hold. There isn't like multiple decks. There's the actual deck of the ship, and then there is the hold, and under that is the bilge, where the ballast is. Not a lot of space. So even further towards the back of the ship, where the bunch of you are, it isn't going to take like taking your full movement and then casting a spell 60 feet is plenty easy enough to affect with this spell. So I am rolling for some random groups of the fairies. Fairies within the barrels on the one side. So there's basically four groups of fairies: the ones in the barrels on the left, the ones in the barrels on the right, and then two groups. One that just came out of the one barrel that Fed had opened, and the others that are coming now out of a barrel that fell over and broke. So, of those groups, one of the two that are out has made their saving throw and one has not. Of the two groups in the barrels, one has made their saving throw and one has not. So, there is one group of angry fairies still quite hostile out and about, and one that have become indifferent and are sort of buzzing less, but still kind of like looking displeased. Next
Fair.
up,
Yeah.
Next up, Fetid, you can take other actions because all you did so far was shout.
Okay. Honestly, not sure. I mean, combat is not the solution here. Let's see. Hmm.
You have plenty of non-combat options as well.
Yeah, I'm just trying to.
Yeah, we can't win this fight.
There's
No,
a lot of fairies.
I don't want to fight them. There's no reason to fight
They're
these guys.
victims, and we couldn't win this fight to begin with if we wanted to.
Does web work on? How does web work? Is that like an area of effect thing?
Yeah, it's like a net.
Yeah, all right. I
A
want to.
magic net.
As much as I hate to, I think I need to try and restrain the rest of these guys for now.
Oh, show. So this is affects like a 20-foot area, so you can
Yeah.
Ooh.
affect all remaining hostile fairies
Yeah.
if you so wish
Mm-hmm.
on the one side. So you conjure a mass of thick, sticky webbing at the point of your shooting within range, fills a 20-foot cube. For the duration is concentration, or no, it's not. There's no concentration required. It lasts for an hour after you cast it. Period. And creatures that start their turn in the web have to make dex saving throws to avoid being restrained until they break free. So, highly appropriate. No roll from you, it looks like. So, I will make dex saves and determine how many of the fairies on this side have been captured. What's your spell save DC?
15.
15? Okay. So I'm going to break this group of fairies down. What is it going to be about? I'm just going to roll them individually. 6 of them. And you have captured 2/3 of them, 4 of them. So there's only 2 fairies that have slipped past the web of magic netting that has appeared.
2 is a much more manageable number.
Only 2 angry fairies left, and it is now the turn, in fact, of the angry fairies. Where are we here? Yes, indeed. There we go. Sorry, I have a hyperlink, but it wasn't working. Okay, so I'm going to need some saving throws. Oops. There we go. Okay, I need a saving throw from Fetid.
Okay. What am I adding to this?
Yeah, I'm just double checking what kind of saving throw it is. Wisdom save.
With great, that's a 15.
15?
Yep.
What is the DC on this? But yes, you have successfully saved. I need another saving throw from Tromlin.
All right. Let's see. You said wisdom?
Yep.
Okay, well, that's good news for me at least.
Yeah, +5.
23.
Good. And now I need a concentration check because you are being targeted by this spell.
So what do I roll for that?
This is a con save.
Okay.
Or, sorry, no, not con save because it's not damage based. It is a wisdom save as well.
Okay. 17.
Good. So you keep your calm emotions going despite being targeted by magic. And then I need a saving throw from Ugna, I think, is the biggest threat at the back of the room that's going to get.
And this is also wisdom?
Yep.
Cool. Nope. 9.
Wow.
Okay, Ugna begins laughing uncontrollably
Good.
as you are hit with Tasha's hideous laughter. So you're going to just fall to the ground, just laughing your ass off because this is all hilarious to you.
Kind of is, but also the inside of my brain is screaming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's no damage or anything. No, just
I'm just
you
laughing.
perceive everything as hilariously funny.
I mean, it kind of
fall
is.
To the ground laughing.
I mean, fair.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's all of them. So next up would be Ugna, but Ugna is incapacitated temporarily.
Yeah.
So we're down to the bottom, and that is Copernicus.
Oh, you're muted.
Am I under the impression that if I cast at one of the 2 remaining hostile targets, that it would enrage the other ones? Like, do they seem to have a camaraderie, a closing of ranks, or?
I mean, they're kind of like buzzing around in a very sort of. I mean, make me a. You know what? Make me a Arcana check. You're pretty well familiar with these kind of magical creatures.
27.
Okay, so in this particular case, I'm going to give you a lot of information. And these are, what was the name that I had for them? Come on, where is it? So these are, no, anyway, whatever. These are basically like a kind of simple fairy. They're somewhat like pixies, but not as intelligent. So they're they're still like sentient, I guess, but like high animal intelligence. So they're not like gonna. You would say that if you targeted one of them in a way that they could tell, they would become angry, but they're probably not going to have the ability to know if you cast a spell on that one over there that you did that, right? I mean, if you cast a spell that lances out a bolt of light or something at them, then they would clearly see that as a problem and want to deal with it. But,
are they? Okay, so I have 2 questions, both related. Are they native to this plane?
No.
Okay. Well, then I don't need to ask the second question.
These are like Feywild. These are like the equivalent of like giant insects of the Feywild.
So I think I'm gonna banish, and if I can use some blood magic to up the spell level, I can hit the remaining 2 at the same time.
Banish is one target, and you're going to use the ring to.
Yeah, I'm trying to increase it. I don't. Is it the ring that lets me do it, or is there a blood magic thing? So I'm trying to increase the spell level. Yeah, it's not a ring thing. I thought it was one of the blood magic things that I got.
Yes, yes, you can. You do have a blood magic thing that lets you increase the spell level. Yeah.
I think it costs me hit points, or like I keep trying to make sure that I eat some gore once a session to make sure that my blood meter's all topped up.
Yep, indeed. Where is it? Yeah, 10 hit points damage. Cast the spell at 1 level higher.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah, the other thing that I was wondering, actually, I will ask the second question because I'm curious. If I banished something on a moving boat, and then it came back 60 seconds later. Does it take its place in the boat relative to the frame of reference it was moving in before? Or does it appear out in the ocean where we were 60 seconds ago and then just plop?
That is a question for someone who made this game. I would just put it back where on the boat, just because it's easier.
Physics.
Fair.
Not a
But in
D&D
this case,
game.
it's not originally from this plane.
Okay, so it'll return to its home plane then, or they both will if I succeed at this.
I think Fey creatures kind of count as both, but in this particular case, these creatures were harvested from the Feywild. So there's no roll for you. It's a charisma save. So I will make the charisma save. What's your spell save DC?
15.
Charisma save.
It should be 15, I think. Or unless casting at a level higher increases that.
I don't think so. I think it's just your whatever your spell save DC is always. Oh, that's Ugno. I was like, why there is no spell save DC. Yes, you succeed. Just.
Yay!
With bonus, I have a 14, so not sufficient. Yeah, so one of them disappeared, or sorry, two of them. Poof, they vanish. And we're back to the top with Tromlin.
All right. So I am now aware that these are basically just animals, more or less.
Not necessarily, unless Copernicus wants to share that information. You could make a roll, but your Arcana knowledge is much more limited. You don't have the expertise to really know that.
Can I, while doing my concentration check, attempt to talk to them?
You can.
All right.
You don't need to roll a concentration check for that. You can still talk. You can take actions as normal. You just can't cast another concentration-based spell.
I'm going to attempt to, in Sylvan, talk to them like, it's okay, you're safe, we can get you home, it's okay. Like, just try to calm all of them down, the ones who aren't calm yet.
I'm going to get you to roll me an animal handling check.
I don't know what oh, +4, it's not horrible.
I'm gonna add 3 to that for your. I'm gonna basically give you your professional bonus because this is almost persuasion because they're like a little more intelligent than animals, but not quite. So I'm gonna split the difference and give you the equivalent of a proficiency bonus animal handling.
So +7 total.
Total, yeah.
Be 19.
Okay, so you basically you Chris Pratt at them. You like hold out a hand and go like, it's okay. And it's like less the words you're saying and more their tone of voice and the Sylvan language to try to sort of calm them down. There's still lots of angry buzzing from the ones that are caught in the web and from a bunch of the unopened as of yet barrels. But the other ones are sort of like looking suspiciously at you but not like doing anything right now. A few of them though are flying down to some of the other barrels and like trying to like they're like in pairs, they're grabbing the bungs and sort of like unsuccessfully trying to open them and free their compatriots.
Yeah.
Fetid, you're up next. Although actually you can do, is there anything else you want to do? Because that's just...
I don't have any other spells, really.
I'm going to call that your turn, though, because you're not just saying some words, you're trying to get an effect out of it.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm not going to wade into combat or anything. I don't have any spells I'm doing.
Fetid, you're up next.
So what's the... Are there any loose fairies left at this point?
Yeah, there's like 6 to 8 of them, like a little over half a dozen that are, but they're not sort of angrily attacking like they were. They're buzzing as a conduit. You can see Tromlin like doing his like magic Chris Pratt hand, whatever, that makes dinosaurs not kill you, for some reason. And like talking in like a language language you don't understand. He's kind of chittering at them, and they're like very very soothingly, and they're calming down. But you can also see a couple of them trying to open one of the other bungs, and the ones that are caught in your web are still very angrily buzzing. I'm going to quickly roll their strength checks to see if they get out, but it's a strength save.
They're pixies.
So,
yeah.
No, all 4 of them are still trapped.
Yeah, I think we need to go have words with our captain.
Well, we need to get these guys sent back to their home plane first.
Yeah. That is utterly beyond me, so...
I will keep trying to keep him calm as long as Perny keeps trying to send him away.
I can do 2 more, and then I'm out for a bit. Grandpa needs
Try to send the
needs a nap.
angry ones first. The angry ones need to go first.
So they're up next. And I would like a saving throw from Fetid.
Okay.
Wisdom save.
That's not
And
great.
one from Copernicus.
You don't want to hear my maniacal laugh.
I'm
That
still
is
rolling
a
around on the
10.
ground.
10 from Fetid.
Yep.
Okay. Fetid turns into a toad.
Great.
Cool.
Good.
Actually, you know what? Nope, it's not funny enough. I'm rolling. Chicken.
Even better.
Fetid turns
Now you can
into a
hatch the Jade
goggle-eyed
properly.
chicken from Moana.
Hey.
Oh, hey.
What did you get, Peter? Oh no.
+5, but
Oh
that
no.
one.
I laugh harder because you're a chicken now, and it's very good.
Oh, it's really, really funny. So that is going to be a confusion spell.
Oh, good.
Just what this demonic old man needed.
Grampy's a little confused right now.
Good.
Can you please roll me a d10?
I can. That's a 9. Is it good? Do I want a high number?
You do, and for this particular turn, you are disoriented, and you can't use any reactions, but you are able to otherwise act and move normally. for this
Hey.
turn.
Cool.
I just realized that's an area of effect. So Ugna, you also need to save on that.
Oh, good.
Oh, good.
What's the save on that one?
Wisdom save.
Oh, I rolled a 19, so that's 19.
You're still laughing, but you're not
Yeah.
also confused.
No. I mean, I'm confused for
the
other
next
reasons, but I'm not.
Ugna's
that
up next.
Ralph
You get to make a
Wiggum
new-
quote of "I'm
Right.
in danger."
Yeah.
You get to make a new saving
Hey,
throw against
18.
your laughter.
18.
Did you get 18? So you break free of the hideous laughter.
I'm-
You wipe the tears.
I
from
still
your eyes
laugh a
and
little
kinda
bit.
Get up on your knees.
Because
the-
it's funny.
The
But
chat is being very helpful and reminding the DM that Trey is also in the area.
oh,
of
that's
effect.
true.
All right, I'm rolling a saving throw
I
for
want
Trey.
a laughing
Thanks,
owlet.
chat.
Hell yes.
Okay, Trey has failed. So Alina, please roll me a d10 and we'll
Good.
see what Trey does.
Perfect. That's a 6.
Oh, that's one away from the worst one. Trey can't do anything this turn.
Okay.
He's too confused.
Oh, phew.
There's
Otherwise, he's been contributing so much.
there's amused squeaking coming from my chest.
Yep.
But Ugna
He
will
wasn't
like
affected
still
by the hideous
laughing
laughter,
at the
he's just
whole
confused.
like chicken situation going on. I will slap a hand over the barrel that the fairies are trying to wrench open and try to like shove the bung in there tight.
You run over and try and stop the fairies
Yep.
from opening it. Yep, no
Like,
problem.
whoa,
They
whoa, there,
definitely
little
don't
guys.
even
Whoa.
roll. Their strength is not the equivalent.
I
of
like
yours.
flap them out of the way and then like really shove that in there.
Copernicus, you're up.
I'm gonna try and banish 2 more at the cost of 10 more.
Oh, sorry. Roll another d10 because at the start of your turn is when we determine what happens.
Oh, good.
So it's your turn again. So roll a d10 for what actions you can take.
I'm scared to roll. 7.
That's the worst one.
Yes. So
I was one
you
away
can
from the worst one,
attack
so
randomly determined creature within reach. So I will randomly determine which creature you are attacking. You never moved closer, did you?
I would have stayed as far away as banish would let me. Yeah.
So you're still back where you were doing the ritual. So the only creatures that you can do this against are going to be Ugna and Trey as they are moving.
please
away
attack
from you.
me.
So I will randomize who you attack.
I will be very upset if you attack my owlbear.
It's Ugna.
Good.
So you've already got your ritual dagger in hand for magicking your blood magic. So why don't you stab Ugna with it?
All right.
Grampy's getting a little stabby.
As you know.
I don't think I've ever had to
Reach a
actually
certain
use my
age.
dagger.
Yeah, I don't know how good your attack is.
I got a
16.
Oh, not enough.
Not sufficient to get past Ugna's armor class.
You go katang against my breastplate.
Yeah, as you sort of like go to run away from where Copernicus is, He gibbers wildly and follows after you,
Tries to
attempting
stab me in the
you
back.
but it doesn't get past your armor.
I assume he just tripped or something.
Oof.
From chicken fetid and Tromlin's perspective, you can see like a wild look in Copernicus's eyes and like the knife held above his head as he like slashes
Oh, God damn it.
at Ugna. And that's top of the round again. We're back to Tromlin.
I'm going to attempt to calm everyone down again. Soothing voice, pulling baked goods out of my pack. Some cookies and cakes. Food, sweets, food you eat. Yeah.
Excellent. Make me another animal handling check with the proficiency bonus. So this is a 7 bonus.
I would like to spend an inspiration.
Sure. Does he have an inspiration to spend?
Yep. One last one.
Because that was a bad roll.
Go for it.
Okay, that's better. That's 21.
Oh no! Oh no!
What?
Laura sent over some art.
Oh, no. I mean, yay.
Oh.
What would
And you know
roll
that
there?
if Lars offered the option of drawing testicles,
Oh, it's very good. I can. It,
Oh
it
my
is safe
God,
to show in
that's
the
a-
chat, but.
That is perfect. That is perfect.
Is it not safe to put up?
Oh, it is. It is. It's just very good.
yeah.
I mean, they're
Please
not
do.
actually testicles.
No.
Okay, Randy, what did you roll? I missed it.
21.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Oh, the mayonnaise egg.
It's very good.
So you have indeed managed to coax a number of the fairies down to eat out of your hand.
It's okay, guys. It's
Is
okay.
this up on the
I'm putting it up. Wow.
for it to appear? Oh, I
Ready yourselves, everyone.
see. No.
Yeah, I'm trying to impart upon them that we are friends. We're friends. Here, food. We will send home.
Oh, Lar. The mustache is what does it to me. guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
The mustache almost broke me.
I mean, the jade egg shooting out of his butt is interesting as well.
Very
Appropriate.
I'm very amused at the nonplussed look on Copernicus's face.
This is just
Dude, it was
normal.
like another day.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
just that's threaded for you.
Another
Oh,
trash
so
day,
good.
another trash dollar.
Okay, so yeah, you've got a bunch of these fairies eating out of your hand. Let's move on to Fetid's a chicken,
Yep.
so he's temporarily
Yeah.
out of it.
I'm doing chicken things.
11 is the fairies, mostly so they can't open a bunch of them are eating out of your hand. Ugna, the ones that were trying to open the bung on the thing, since you've covered it up and are giving them difficulties, they are going to attempt.
There. Oh, I'm sure. I angered them. I
Dispel
flapped
you.
them out of my way anyway. So.
Yeah, so make me a couple of saving throws.
Make is the operative term here.
Yeah, wisdom.
Well, one of them is a 15 and one of them is a 4.
The 15 is fine, so you are not polymorphed.
Oh, good.
The 4, however, ain't great, so you are confused.
Are they going after Trey at all?
No.
Okay.
You're the one who.
That's
oh,
true.
actually, confusion's an area effect. I keep
Right.
forgetting.
So I'll roll for Trey.
This is actually no. They're not going to use confusion because they're kind of like down with Tromlin here. They're going to do a single target effect. So they are going to attempt. So they are going to reduce you.
Ooh. Yay!
Shit.
Tiny Ugna.
Yeah.
Which is still a large.
Yeah.
I am a medium-sized creature now.
No, you're a small-sized
Oh
creature.
no! Oh no! Me and Trey.
It's not an area effect, so
Okay.
no. In fact, Trey is now wearing you. So you are now, instead of it being a papoose with Trey hanging in it, Trey is now on all fours or threes.
Threes.
With a tiny Ugna strapped to his back.
You better be glad you're behind him, but it's your perfect eating size.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna flavor it a bit more than the weird having. So it's yeah, you're probably about 3 feet tall. You're big for
Oh
a
my
half
goodness.
now instead of for an orc.
Oh, good.
And like your equipment
I have a tiny hammer.
is affected, but Trey is not. I would like you to roll. Trey is very upset by this, and I'd like you to roll an attack roll for Trey.
Oh, good. 17.
Yeah,
How we all die.
Trey just like grabs one out of the air. And,
Oh, no.
And there's like, you know how like when a bird grabs a bug and there's like some legs and wings sticking out?
It's that.
Yeah. Yeah, in the beak. Actually, the scene with the great owl from with the butterfly in its mouth from Secret of Nim.
So we hear a crunch.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like.
And then you see Ugna go, what's happened to Trey? Why is he so big?
And Copernicus, you're up. Make me a saving throw to see what's going on with your confusion. I believe. Hang on a sec. Do you get another saving throw, or is just we keep rolling?
What makes the effect end?
Yeah, at the end of your turn, you make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
So we should have done it before. So make it now.
Okay. This is
Wisdom
the end of
save.
last
The
turn.
effect end.
I don't think a 9's gonna do it.
So roll a d10 for what happens to you this round.
7.
Again.
Another attempt to attack. I will randomize if it's Trey or Ugna.
Ugna's
Well,
a
now
smaller
you-
target now.
Yeah. That's
Actually,
true.
you're now close enough to also potentially attack others. So I'm going to randomize with a bigger die here.
Just be glad it's not me that got hit with the confusion.
Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is going to be party members. 6 and up is going to be fairies. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It's Tromlin.
Sorry.
So make a hit roll.
And I'm doing dagger here?
Yeah. It's a melee attack, and that's all you got.
Hey! Only a 9.
Oh.
So
That's
you
not good
miss-
enough.
So Copernicus takes a swing at you with his ritual dagger, and you dodge easily.
Grandpa's murdery again.
I'm going to roll for some of those fairies. They are so not getting out of that that web. They have a negative strength save, so it's. I basically need. I think I need to roll an 18 and up. Okay, so who's next? Whose turn was that? That's Copernicus.
Yeah.
So next we move up to the top. Tromlin, you're up again.
All right, so I'm feeding them. I'm
Yeah.
gonna pull up my pipes and play music and hope that calms them down a little bit as well.
I love that you're doing
do I
this
not-
while your grandfather's trying to stab you.
Yes. Do I not
Everyone
get a turn?
stay calm and just
Did you jump my turn lane?
Because
I think I'm at
I
the
did. I
bottom.
think I think I
Yeah.
shrunk you, and then I forgot you still get to do something.
Yeah.
We go back.
Check
Let's
this
go
one
back
again.
then.
So back up a step. Yeah.
So Copernicus is still
tried to stab.
murdery.
Yeah.
It looks
But
like he
before
just
he
tried to
tried to
stab
murder Tromlin.
Talman. Gotcha.
Before that happened, is your turn.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. So I don't know that he's murdery yet, and
well,
I'm gonna-
He did try to stab you.
I'm gonna see if I noticed. I do.
You
I
did
do.
notice.
It gets through my thick skull, and I'm very confused at the moment, but also I'm very small. And I am going to look around and then just like unhook myself from the carrier and launch myself at Copernicus. I'm going to attempt to grapple him.
You're trying to tackle him to the ground? Yep. Go ahead.
I am small.
Copernicus can roll, since he was still kind of crazed, he can roll a resist for this. Did you nat 20?
Nat 20!
Okay, never mind, Copernicus.
I wrap myself around your head.
Since you're smaller than him for once, you can do like the Black Widow thing.
Oh,
so you
yeah.
you thigh grab him around
Yes.
the neck
And like use his weight and my momentum to like haul him forwards
to the ground.
Yeah.
So when you try and take your swing at Tromlin, you were extremely missed. Okay, so back up to the top with Tromlin. So you're going to play.
I'm going to attempt to play music while I'm feeding them. I'm also trying to hand feed some of the ones in the web, so they're like, "Here, you're getting food too. Everything's fine."
Try and do further calming.
Yes.
Do you want to try and get any of the other ones tangled up in the webs?
No,
Are you
that
leading
will.
them anywhere? You're just.
I
Trying
don't
to
want them to
down.
mistrust me and see me as a hunter.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Make me. You know what? Make me a wisdom roll here. What am I going to call this for a skill?
Also, should I
perception.
roll for Trey to see if he snaps at anything else? Or should we just leave that?
I already had him do that on your
Cool.
turn. So
Cool.
we'll do it. That'll be next round.
What'd you say, Lane?
You're making a perception check.
Perception check. At least that's something I'm good at. 12.
That's probably good enough, though, because this is not that complicated. But yeah, you realize there's nowhere for these ferries to go. So they're in like the forward cargo hold, and the only way out even of that is the door in the bulkhead that you guys are coming through. And there's no kind of window or place for them to escape through.
So if I open the door, they can get out.
Yeah, you feel like part of their agitation might be the fact that they are trapped here.
All right. What I'm gonna do then is, like, as I walk to the bulkhead, grab a couple out of the web, open the door, pull them up.
Okay. Yeah, so beyond the bulkhead, there is a couple of ports on the sides of the hold towards the top, just below the deck. So you could open one of those.
Yeah.
Supposedly gun ports, but there's no gun for it. And usher some of them. You kind of like you play your music and like Pied Piper them in your direction. Some of these loose ones. As soon as you make that space and they start going that way, all of the others that are capable of movement are going to just go shooting out through that space.
That's fine. And I will signal to the others, like, if you can free the others from the web and that barrel, we can get them out of here.
Well, the other ones that are in the barrel are still trapped in the barrel, so you can decide what to do. You don't have to do anything about them at all if you don't want to. The ones that are in the web are still attempting to do magical things to people. So I'm going to get another saving throw from Trey.
Good.
He makes it. Saving throw from saving throw from Ugna.
13.
Just makes it.
Ooh.
It's not a high threshold saving throw. And I'm not going to have... I was going to have Tromlin roll one, but you've been feeding the ones in the web and trying to calm them down too, so... at this point, I'm actually... If that's your strategy, I'm happy to just get a couple of animal handling rolls.
Okay.
From Tromlin. Let's get another saving throw from Copernicus.
Nope.
So your DC is 13 and you failed like 3 in a row.
My goodness.
I have a +5 too. Like.
Wow.
All the low rolls are going.
How am I making these?
I've been having really bad rolls
roll?
this session. Really, truly bad rolls.
I
love the idea that Tromlin's trying to do, like, this is fine, but instead of, like, the fire around Casey Green's dog, it's, like, screeching pixies and tiny Ugna wrestling with insane Perny, and Perny's trying to stab everyone. He's like,
fine.
calming
It's
fan
fine.
flutes. This is fine.
Is anyone willing to grant a reroll or spend a reroll on that saving throw?
Oh, I'm not worth it. I'm not gonna hurt anyone.
I'm gonna grapple him.
Roll your d10 for what you're trying to do at confused Copernicus. And Ugna, did you made your saving throw? That's
Yeah.
right.
5 this time. At least it's not a 7.
That might still be in the same category. It's
If it's 5,
Nope,
6,
that
then
puts
it's
you in the-
you do nothing.
yeah. 2 to 6 is you just don't do anything.
Hey. Best case scenario.
You're just like confusedly looking all around as Ugna grapples
It's a
you.
tiny Ugna.
I was trying to stab someone, but I can't remember who. Give me a moment. I'll figure it out.
Animal handling from Tromlin.
+7 again.
Yep.
22.
Yeah, no problem. You coax you get like the remaining 4 of them free, and coax them away with the food and the music, and as soon as they see the port you lead them to, they go shooting off. And so in fairly rapid order here, you get rid of the remaining fairies. Eventually Copernicus kind of regains his bearings. You're being wrestled by tiny Ugna, but you have, now that you've got your bearings, you've got the arcane knowledge to be like, okay, like nobody disturb the pixie dust, the fairy dust. Don't breathe it in. Step away from it if you can. Don't get it on you. After a few minutes, you manage to get the group assembled again a little ways away. The web wears off.
I am just
Before
gonna
we
push
go
some more
any
fan
further,
art.
though, before we get any further, I'm going to take Trey off of Ugna, put him aside, and I'm like, I have to do this. I pick Ugna up and put her on my shoulders.
Like, oh my god!
And that's
Oh my god!
when
This is
the
amazing!
reduction effect ends.
I'm randomizing.
I'm also I gotta push to this fan art. It's very good, and I love him a lot.
Oh, well, yeah. Is this more
It's
Lar?
just fresh off the presses.
My goodness.
God damn it.
Oh my god.
Yay, it's
That is
fantastic.
perfect.
Hey.
So
It
good.
is
I've
the
never looked
nastiest
grand.
chicken. I love him.
Yep. The most diseased fowl.
So, you don't actually have to take Ugna off. She already slipped free to go wrestle with
Perny.
with Perny. So the scene, of course, you put Ugna on your shoulders. It's like, oh, you stand up and like you're giving Ugna a piggyback, and it's
really
very,
good.
very amusing. And then just before, so the end of the scene, Ugna goes, whoop, then gets big, and then Tromlin disappears off the bottom of the frame. And there's like a wah wah cartoon noise. And then we.
My daughter made to me today when I told her I love her.
Oh.
Looked at me and went, wah, 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 wah.
You're like, yep, you're my kid.
Oh, shit.
And so then you all gather up a little ways away. The buzzing in the barrels calms down a bit. The webs disappear, and it's Copernicus and Tromlin back to normal. Ugna's back to normal size, and for the rest of an hour, there's a chicken. And then after an hour has passed, eventually the chicken returns to being
Such a
fed.
good nasty chicken.
So we need to ask the captain what the fuck is going on with the barrel of pixies.
Mm-hmm.
The captain will inform you that he is smuggling some cargo for some wizards from Karsh to Nelmar's Esh. That's the part of the reason for his trip. Why?
No reason, just curious. We heard the
Okay.
buzzing.
Yeah, probably don't want to imagine me doing my Zub doing an Oofy thing, but he's like, you probably don't want to mess with that. There's pixie dust probably all over the place down there.
Is this where I do my attempt to lie to him? That nothing
Oh
happened?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're a good liar. It's good. He doesn't catch on.
Yeah.
You like go back and stick the remaining bung back in the one barrel, and
That's nothing happened.
Yep.
Nothing happened.
that one was just empty. Um. So yeah. Shall I?
Now that I've stopped trying to stab everyone, could I try and contact a demon and possibly go mad again? Would that be all right with everyone? Would that
Yeah,
be
we
good
can
for
do
you?
I'm
I
like
guess.
clucking
Maybe
enthusiastically.
wait until another long rest.
I figure that what we're gonna do now is just like, whenever Perny does a ritual, there's just like Tromlin's waiting with the sap already raised.
Yep.
Luna's got a rope. Just a
Is
net.
this something you guys want to do now?
Bernie does. Bernie's a raring to go.
I'm a chicken.
I will watch over my grandfather, sure.
Okay. So this is happening while Fetid is still a chicken.
Mhm.
All right, let's make the roll. You know how this. You know the deal. You start off with the intelligence saving throw,
All right,
and with your rolls so far tonight have been great. So what could possibly go wrong?
Mhm.
I might suggest we like, if not tie me down, because I'm sure I need a certain amount of mobility for this, but like maybe tie me to something so I can only get so far.
I'll tie a rope around your waist and tie it around one of the beams.
Yeah, perfect. All right, intelligence saving
15
throw.
intelligence saving throw.
Hey, 21.
Ooh.
It's like, isn't this the first time you've ever made this saving throw?
I think it is. I think this is the
Nice.
first time
This
I've
is the
ever
first time
succeeded at
you've
this.
used contact other plane successfully.
I don't even know what the DC is because I've never made it.
It's a 15,
Hey, all right.
so you don't take 66 psychic damage,
Good. Good.
Hey.
and you're not insane.
Well,
More than
You
usual.
may now you have contacted an entity from beyond. So like a cold, hollow voice from infinite distance away speaks into your mind and says, "Ask your questions."
so I, Peter Chakowski, not Perny, have forgotten what I was gonna ask the demon because it's been so long. I think
You
I was
were
gonna.
gonna
Oh, I was gonna ask.
try-
I was gonna try and locate the cargo by basically saying like, "Tell me which direction I move my finger to get closer to the cargo on the map."
Right.
And I was gonna zero in, and then
Yeah, you were gonna use some landmarks and say, "Is it?"
Yeah.
Because it's all yes and no questions.
oh, I thought it was one-word answers, so they could tell me like southwest or southeast.
Sorry, yes, one-word answers. Yes, that's what I
Yeah.
meant.
So I'm gonna try and basically like, if anyone knows the Newton-Raphson method of approximating solutions to equations, I'm gonna try and zone in on it that way, basically.
Yep.
I
You
draw
can
dick
just
jokes
sort of go
for like,
which
man.
way.
I don't know shit like that.
You can like point it to be like which way from here, and then it'd be like northwest, whatever word
Yeah.
one word answer it gives you. You can then move and then ask again.
Yeah.
So given 5 questions using this, we're going to do some luck rolls and see how close you get. Alina,
Yes.
can you pull up the map again, please?
I can do this thing. Do I still have it open? Give me a second. Nope.
Did we roll over on the tracker again?
Just the once this session.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought I had seen it at a higher number recently, but I think
I might have
Where is the
inspiration.
map?
Copernicus does have 1 inspiration.
Oh, look at that.
Okay, so on the map, so what we're going to do is you can push it further to the right.
It's like
So
a
we
mini
can see
game.
more of the Silver Mountains, please.
The Silver Mountains.
Yeah, I want to be able to see more of the Silver Mountains.
I can even
So,
zoom in on them if we want.
Oh, I could probably even go into Roll20 and ping, and you could tell me which direction. We can make a proper mini game out of this.
This is not on Roll20 right now. This is just
Yeah, this is live
on
map,
this
so I can
computer.
control it better.
But that's fine. I'm going to get Alina to use the mouse.
Yep.
And say you start off like near
Santo
that
Bianco.
white peak
Right here.
that's kind of directly to the right of Santo Bianco, slightly above it. Not that one, but further
This
over
one?
to the right. There's a pair of little white
Yeah,
peaks
yeah, these guys.
just above the river. Yeah, so you know sort of it's vaguely in that area. and you have a map, so you can then start saying which way.
Okay.
And so the first thing that you're told is it is what would that be? Northeast.
So up here somewhere.
So let me see where your mouse goes.
Yeah, there's the delay, which is a little bit.
Yeah, I gotta
Yeah.
wait for the delay. Although you need to quit moving it.
Yeah, I've got
So I
just
can pick
north
something.
of the O
Yeah.
on the mountains.
Okay. And then it says northwest.
So I'm up on this peak here now.
Yeah, where have
Just
you got
above
it
the
on
M?
peak? How far above the M? Well, we'll see. Okay. And then it will say southeast.
So somewhere in between here and here, central.
I'll just wait for a moment for the. It doesn't take very long.
Yeah.
The lag is only a few seconds. And then it will say south.
So directly south from that. Sort of at the base of that mountain, right above the M.
And then now I'm also assuming, of course, that the map that you're putting together here, or that we already said the map that you have is a more detailed map
Yeah.
of the mountains, because you do have the library and all the rest of that. So from there, you get one last question, which gives you west, just west,
Just west
and
from
so
here.
you end up with a location pretty much near the base of that larger peak in the valley between that peak and the mountains to the south of it.
Kind of like right
Sounds
here.
nicely tucked away
Yeah.
for people to get to.
It's
It's,
still
it's good
a
for us.
fairly broad area, but not, nowhere near as bad as it was, right? Like if I were to, I'm going to pull up my map and say what that. So you've narrowed that down to probably within like 5 miles,
Nice.
5 to 10 miles, or 5 mile radius kind of thing.
Yeah, I bet you we can figure out the exact location via aerial flying demon horse.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Okay, so I am now going to give you guys a little bit of flavor for the rest of this trip. So I have some stuff here written up. Where is it here? Okay. The Yearling Sparrow is a fast ship, and the captain's magic allows it to sail against prevailing winds using water elementals and wind spells. And this allows you to take a furious pace. And actually, Alina, I'll get you to pull up the
map again?
yeah, you can have keep having the map up.
Cool.
Sorry. People are asking about the second poll. I was just about to call for it after this description. I just saw someone in the chat mention it. It will be coming up shortly. Yes, so this allows a furious pace, more than 12 knots for much of the night. As a small ship with a shallow draft, the Sparrow stays close to the shorelines, out of reach of any naval vessel, but the smallest of patrol boats. Painted dark blue-green, the ship blends in with the sea and the night sky, and you quickly realize why Captain Krestop is such a successful smuggler. By day, however, the captain sails further inland, finding the hidden coves and inlets he knows so well, to lay low until the following dusk. So you're only traveling by night. However, at this great pace, the journey south, past the greensward and past the shires, proceeds very rapidly. And so all the way to the towering cliffs of the Escarpa La Cura and the Silver Isles, which you can see extending from those cliffs out to the sea within a few nights. And this is the area. From here, the captain must slip quietly through the well-patrolled archipelago where the warships of Nelmar Zesh skirmish with the Holy Imperial Armada. Eventually, using his Horn of Fog and his druid spells, the captain makes his way with his small ship stealthily all the way to the mouth of the great Silver River, slipping stealthily past the stone watchtower into the wide estuary, and deposits the group in a secluded bay on the north side of the river. So what we're going to do here, rather than play out any kind of events of this journey, because obviously it's not a completely uneventful journey, what I'm going to do is we're going to have you guys roll on a little table for some events that occurred, which I am then going to let you guys just improv yes and. So we're going to have a scene here where you're basically going to be dropped off by the captain, and you can be like, whoa, wow, sure was crazy when blah happened. Okay, so let's roll on this little handy-dandy chart that I have put together here. So let me see, what do I want? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So a D12, please, from someone. Who wants to make the first roll?
I can roll a d12. Hup. 2.
2. Okay, so at some point during the 5 or 6 nights that it took you to make this trip, there was an elemental fight between a typhoon and a water spout. 2 huge elementals battling at sea that you had to avoid. Somebody else make a second roll.
I will.
Okay.
5.
2, 3, 4, 5. So at one point during your trip, you encountered a Loxodon ship trying to hold a big sail event at sea with a giant banner hanging off the side of their ship. Great deals! And looking for some bargains, which you may or may not have taken advantage of. The Loxodons, of course, are neutral, so Captain Crestop would have absolutely no qualms about sailing up to them. And then we'll do one more. Who wants to roll the third one?
I've got one ready for what?
Sure.
Wow. 12.
12. So one of the nights you encountered a small ghost ship, a sunken ship of pirates that was sailing around as a little ghost sloop full of undead, sort of weak, like skeleton/zombie level undead that you had to fight off.
Cool.
So those are the 3 major events that you encountered. Or do you want to actually? Let's have one more, just because Jeff didn't get.
Jeff
to
can roll.
Let's just have one for everybody. Why not? Make it a more eventful.
4.
4.
With phone.
So you encounter the remains of a skirmish. You encountered basically the debris of a sunken Ibetian armada, one of the Ibetian galleons, and a bunch of salvage and stuff floating in the water, including a couple of stray Ibetian naval seamen who immediately get conscripted into Captain Crestop's crew.
What else are they gonna do?
He's not gonna let them go. Yeah, here this guy's doing smuggler stuff around here. You should arrest him. So there you go. Those are the 4 events that you can kind of work into your thoughts and role play.
I definitely went to that Loxodon shit to buy shit.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. What would you have been willing to trade? Anything of interest?
Baked goods, food.
Cool. Yep. Baked goods and food is good. Anything else?
This bird I stole from a mansion.
Hey.
Some
It's a
kind
good
of
bird.
singing fairy bird.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Anything else? Doesn't have to just be Cromlin. Anybody who wants to do some trading. Basically, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this list, and for next game, I'll come up with what you managed to get.
Are they a rival trading company to the wibbly wobbly timey wimey Loxodon company?
Oh yeah, they're aware of him.
Okay.
But his deals are better.
It's true.
Says this Loxodon.
I will allow them to
My
put a
deals are
patch on me if they wish on my jacket.
Oh, so you're
Collecting
offering
Yeah.
sponsorships. Cool. Anything else? I'm just going to take some notes here so I know. So we've got a magic bird, baked goods,
Sponsorship deal.
and sponsorship deal. Good enough? Anything else?
I've got something for the ghost ship that Bernie would like to try.
Good.
Yep.
I would like to try like blending in there and seeing if I can like stay with the crew for a little bit before we end up fighting them. I would
Make
be
them
willing
think
to.
that you're also undead.
Yeah, I just want to see if I can hang out with this with like a ghost ship skeleton crew for a bit. I think that would be.
I'm gonna be a ghost pirate.
I think that you should just make me a couple quick rolls.
Yeah.
You just like
See how
fly
well
over
you
there.
manage to perform.
I will hastily spend my just earned inspiration to make this happen.
Well, we'll start by rolling performance.
Yeah.
Or persuasion, actually. Persuasion is probably better here.
Yeah, it's better for Perny too. That's a 7 plus 7 is 14, but I think I might goose it. So one of those pretty
Sure.
bad.
Spin that.
17.
Sure. And you can, in fact, even if your grandson was willing. Actually, does he have it? I'm just double checking because I can't remember if you have guidance.
I think so.
No, you don't.
Oh no. Okay.
Not one of the ones you don't have. So yeah, you literally have the ability to play dead with your magic effects. You can appear to basically just be yet another corpse.
And I have an eye patch, so.
Yeah, and you have an eye patch. You basically fly over to the ship using some stealth.
And I'll thaumaturgy a bit of like, I don't know, ghost shimmer to me.
Yeah, zombie effect.
Yeah.
Ghost effect.
Yarr, I be one of ye damned crew. All of us damned here. How are you doing, fellow damned?
Subtle.
Excellent.
Good.
Oh my god. I don't want to put any extra work on Lar, but I am literally picturing now the Lar art version of Copernicus wearing the best backward baseball cap with
Hello, my fellow one
how
day.
do you do,
You can't
fellow
tell.
damned? With the skateboard. Anyway. Oh god.
If he doesn't doodle it, I'll sketch it, because, like,
That is fine. by
sketch
me.
cards. I'm catching up on
Okay.
them. We're doing it.
So, yeah. So, the last thing I need to deal with while you're on the ship. So, Fetid, I will mention as you check out the egg each night or whenever you're during the day, more likely as the ship is held up. It actually takes a lot of work at night, even though you're just passengers on this ship, because the one of the things about these ships is they will frequently tell everyone to move, because the way that these small ships are fast is that you have a gigantic sail on a tiny ship and you have to ballast it by literally moving the crew around when necessary. So there will be times when someone calls out, "Everyone to port," and I'm sure there's many points of like you guys going, "Which way is that? Left or right? What am I doing?" And people like the bugbear will just manhandle people and like grab you and sort of shove you over to the side you're supposed to go to, like sacks of potatoes. But during the day when the ship is at anchor in hidden coves and inlets and otherwise out of the way, little uninhabited islands and such, you check on the egg and you find that it has not decreased in temperature. It has been staying hot. If anything, it's getting slightly hotter. And you start to wonder if this is supposed to be a thing that it does. You remember Glorpa telling you that it had gotten warmer than it used to be at the time that she left it for you. And then the night that you're being dropped off, because of course it is at night that he slips past. He uses the Horn of Fog to slip the ship past the watchtower at the estuary, and then gets to the little bay on the north side of the delta and drops you all off there. And you all say your goodbyes to the captain. You're basically having to carry the egg entirely mage hand because it's just too hot to handle otherwise. And since mage hand only lasts, and actually I guess it's a cantrip, you can just recast it over and over again. So you can just carry the floating egg with you. So you all say your goodbyes to Captain Krestop, and he says, if you can find your way back here and get word to me, I don't know how long you're going to be down here, but I'm making the run now out to Nelmarzesh. And then I'll be coming back here with other cargo, and then I'll be heading back north. So if you guys need a lift again, let me know.
Well, if you write your name in my grandpa's book, we can get hold of you much easier.
Yes. There are no
sounds
consequences for that.
Also, remember there's a limited number of people, and I basically said
Right.
that the size of the party
Right.
was sufficient.
But we have sending, right?
I think we have 1 or 2 left.
Right.
We got 3.
Well, you had scrolls of sending.
Yeah, we
that's
have a
right.
scroll.
We used at least 1 scroll of the 3 that we got from that ambush site.
So
that
we
we
could sending him.
Yeah. You also have other options because you can also send if you have a general idea where he is. Fetid can use an animal messenger. It's just a question of it's a guess whether it'll find him.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be a roll, but you have a couple of different options.
And
He
while
also-
you're going to Nelmarzesh, could you tell that Dragonborn fighter that Ugna's gonna whoop his ass?
Oh yeah. I'd
Who's
say
that
his
then?
name. What is his name, Lane?
I will look it up, but while I'm doing
thought I
so,
wrote
I
it
want to
down.
remind. We'll get another roll for Randy's God List for this new day,
Alright.
because I'm assuming you're going to spend the night somewhere, and then travel by day the rest of the way.
Yup. Let's see. 21.
Oh, what a perfect choice! It is Dolos, the southern god of trickery,
Oh, perfect.
well known in Ibetia, the master of guile, deception, craftiness, and treachery, companion to the goddess of lies. The symbol is a half face, all in black, and always the left, because the goddess of lies symbol is the other side.
That's the right.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
And I'm just looking up.
I think he was
Alina.
like the eviscerator, or something the disemboweler.
Yeah, it's a fun.
It's a good.
Here we
It's a
go.
good scary name.
It is Tantalus Fleshrend.
Right.
Tantalus Fleshrend. So you, he's like, I'll pass a message on through the guild and see who gets it.
You tell
Great.
Tantalus Piss Pants.
That I got
So
some
you-
bones to crush.
So you make camp for the night in the wilderness north of the Silver River estuary, or delta, I guess I should say. And I'll remind you that you have a message from the maestro that you never read.
For Dun Garvelli.
Right.
Oh wait,
No. So the message that the maestro's minion gave you on your way out of town.
oh okay, yeah, I will definitely read that.
And this is also the point where we're going to have our second poll for the night. So I'll ask
Take
y'all to vacate
night,
the
chat.
chat.
Goodbye.
And the chat is going to have a new poll starting right away and running until we end for the night.
All right. I'll read the letter.
Okay.
Dear Penthouse, I could not believe it happened.
There we go. Quick reminder once again to the audience, everybody gets a free vote, but you can vote multiple times by spending channel points or bits. Poll will run for 10 minutes, and I'm curious to see what y'all decide to go for. Okay, so you check out the note from the maestro, and it tells you that he has a favor to ask that he had completely forgotten about, but he said, since you're going to the Empire of Ibetia, you'll probably be in Santo Bianco. And he has certain business partners and interests that would be very interested. I'm going to try and read this without his accent, but so that it's still his cadence because he wrote it. But would be very interested in gathering information about what goes on in the court at Santo Bianco. As you know, the Holy Ibetian Church runs the empire, and so if you could potentially use a few of these, and there is a small baggie inside the scroll case. When you open it, inside are little um, carved stone buttons that are shaped like little beetles with little legs sticking out of them, but very perfectly regular, made of stone. If you could spread some of these around in the cathedral in Santo Bianco, and maybe some other important major houses, he would be most grateful and consider it a personal favor.
So I'm gonna literally bug
Yes.
them.
Oh, good.
And the favor that Maestro asked you for was the result of the first poll of the night, by the way. Okay, so in addition, since you're settling down for the night to camp out, you know from your well-traveled, and you've got the map, so you've shown everyone, the rest of the group, this map. From where you are to the actual city of Santo Bianco is maybe a day's travel. It would be longer through the wilderness, but of course you have a ranger with you, so you'll be able to easily find the paths through the hills and come to the city from the north.
You know what you call it when you use your lizard ranger friend to help you find a path? Oh no. Gecko location.
Oh, good. Good.
I think if you said that in character, Fetid might be offended.
I do not.
I can't help you with your car insurance.
You know what happens when you have a kobold ranger that you follow?
With that.
You gotta koboldly go.
We'll workshop. So you guys set up camp for the night and finish your long rest. And in the morning, Tromlin gets up early and starts praying to his new god. Dolos, knowing that he's going into the southern lands, he might as well choose a southern god of trickery. And everybody is going about their morning business. Fetid, you go over to the little patch of mound of earth that you've piled up to keep the egg from starting anything on fire, because you're not sure. It's like, is it that hot? It's too hot to hold. So
yeah,
too hot to handle.
And when you do so, you are somewhat alarmed to discover that it has burst into green flame.
Oh, good.
And the little mound of earth is now kind of like merrily
on
this
fire,
flame, and the egg is in the center of it.
Oh boy.
Can I arcana this further? There's new data.
Is Fetid letting anyone know?
Well, I mean, it's on fire in our camp, isn't it?
Yeah, no, I think I'll go point this out to folks.
It depends on how well he secreted it away, but sure, if you're letting everybody know, yeah, you go ahead.
Yeah, no, this seems like something I would share with the group.
It's our arcana, not your arcana.
Exactly.
Oh
god. 24.
We've got a couple choices on this poll that are very tight. The poll's still about halfway to go, folks. So you can keep those votes a coming. 24. You recognize, first of all, you were witness of the flame that it fell into in the brazier. And you realize that brazier was probably an item that you've heard of before. It was probably a brazier of eternal flame, which has basically dragon fire in it, and is used as like a source of extremely hot fire for forging and so forth. And this egg is breaking out in dragon flame. And if you'll recall, when you did a not arcana, identify on the egg before, you determined that it was likely an other planar being of some sort. And you hypothesized that it's about to hatch. And as you relay this information to the group, the egg cracks loudly and audibly as the others kind of come over to see what's going on, and unfolds and becomes a jade gemstone pseudo dragon.
Oh.
A little dragon.
I
That,
want to cast invisibility on everyone but Fetid so that it imprints on him.
Yes.
I am 100% behind this.
All right.
Fetid, you have spent a lot of time with this egg, and it is in fact attuned to you.
Okay.
To your butt.
So,
Yep.
yeah, it's your turn for
Out of my loins.
and so it immediately makes a little tiny and comes. Its wings are still wet, so they're not.
Trey immediately
flying
eats
yet,
it.
but it crawls right over to you and starts rubbing its head against your leg.
Good. Now
You
they're
got a little
nurtured.
baby. You got a baby.
I am flavoring this that so I don't know if you've seen a lot of jade stone. A lot of natural jade has that mottled brown and green nastier look to it. That absolutely is the case here. It's
Good.
made. It's like it's made of stone, but the stone has like your taint on it. And I mean that in
It
the
did.
general term.
Yep.
Yeah, and also
It really did.
Because you don't have a regular taint, you have a cloaca. We've established this. So yeah, you have a new magic item, which is basically this jade stone pseudo dragon familiar, which will grant you a number of interesting things.
Cool.
Basically, it gives you the find familiar spell, which is linked to this specific familiar only. It grants some familiar bonuses akin to the Warlock Pact of the Chain. So it's a slightly better than normal pseudo dragon familiar. And it also grants you a cantrip, which we are calling Filth.
Oh, good.
Which allows
That will
you
also
to
be his name.
Yes.
spread your filth a little better.
Oh,
than
fetid
you
and
normal.
filth. That's perfect.
Yeah, it really is.
Excellent. Filth the pseudo dragon.
Oh, good.
Except when he's misbehaving and you call him by his full name, Filthip.
Yep. Filth.
Filth.
Prince
Filth.
Filth.
It's like Philip, but with a TH in the middle. Filthip. Filthip T. Quaggle.
That's cute, I'm not gonna lie. That's pretty adorable.
Very good.
That's gonna be the dirtiest pseudo dragon ever.
Indeed. And where are we with the poll? Maybe a minute left on the poll here, everybody. Oh, we have a really tight race between two of these. I can only use one of them, so I am going to have to roll off if we have a tie. So keep those votes a coming, folks. And I'll just finish off our session here by saying that then the so that happened in the early dawn, and now the pseudo dragon is settling in around Fetid's shoulders to hang out and drying its wings in the sun so it can properly fly. And Fetid leads you through the hills until you come to the crest of a ridge looking down on the great gateway city of Santo Bianco. There's a huge road. The city is built on the south side of the river, but there are huge stone bridges crossing it because the Great North-South Road passes through, and the mountain passes that lead to the Northlands stretch away to your left. As you know, there are soldiers camped out blockading those roads so that you could not easily come south. But of course, the city is still here and open. It's just not really open on your side of the river. So we'll begin next session as you determine how you will go about getting your way into the city. And I'll remind you that your primary mission here, since it's been a while, is you're going to try and set out on your expedition. You need to make contact with the local Dons, particularly so the Dons, Dona Isabella, Don Esteban, and Don Garveldo were the three Dons who are partnered with your cousin Emilio.
And are they all in Santo Bianco?
But you know specifically that Don Garveldo All of them have great haciendas and land holdings out on the plains, but Don Garfeldo keeps a townhouse in the city of Santo Bianco. So you will want to make contact with him, and maybe that's a good time for Alina to put up a picture so you know what he looks like.
Oh, good.
The guy you're looking
Oh,
for.
good.
Oh, no.
Oh, good.
I think it's important.
Is it important to have?
It's important that you guys know sort of who you're looking for here. And I see that the poll ended. I missed who won. I need my shadow DM to tell me.
Oh God.
Ah, yes, the good Don Garveldo.
Yes.
Just don't visit him on Monday.
His full name is Don Garveldo de la Sonia.
Oh no. Oh no.
If you were curious, and you will likely find him.
What? Why do I feel like he's gonna have like an odious henchman or something?
Give me a second.
He is a well-known. He's well known to have a mute servant named Odinardo.
And a miniature pet bear.
Oh, I forgot you drew Odinardo as well. I forgot.
Yeah, of course.
That's the worst looking knoll.
Just a really messed up knoll.
Knoll who like mom was drinking during pregnancy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and with that is where we will leave you guys, overlooking the ridge at the city of Santo Bianco on the Great Silver River.
Those look great, Elena.
Thank you.
Yeah, those are.
Excellent. Okay, so yeah, that's it. Thank you everybody for coming.
Thanks everybody.
I think the chat is well aware that the results of that poll are going to significantly color the beginning and continuing into next adventure.
That's not ominous.
It's not ominous at all.
No, we're not dead.
And yeah,
Maybe
so
it's the
thank you all for
friendly list.
coming. Let's do the usual shout outs. Anybody got any stuff to plug? I will start it off by shouting out thank you so much once again to my Shadow DM Dan, and to our lovely audience,
Thanks,
and of
Dan.
course our amazing super fan Uncle R, who is the most
Hang
amazing
on.
artist ever.
Just send us
There's
some art.
there's a brand new art.
Oh my
no.
God!
Oh,
As
no.
I'm thanking
Oh
R
no.
for his amazing
Oh
artwork.
no. Oh no. I love it. This needs. Give me a second. Give me a second.
Scared.
No, it's great.
It's very good.
Excited to see what is about to happen.
Oh no, I love it. Oh, hang on a sec.
Hey, Cliff.
Hello?
No
Come on up.
notes.
There's someone at our door.
It
just
is.
realized.
It is Jam.
I forgot that Jam was potentially coming over because Jam was going to let me know if they weren't going. But anyway,
hang on. There we
go
go.
ahead. And post
I'm going to throw us to the fan art.
post the fan
Boom!
art.
Boom! Look at the shirt. Look at the words on the shirt.
I am excited to see this.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh my God!
So good. He's got a music band shirt.
What's up, fellow teens?
Hello, fellow undead.
Oh, I love it. And his eye patch.
And I will reveal now, since Jam just arrived to hang out and make a character for this game, that Jam is going to be our next guest star.
Yay!
Yay!
Sometime in the next few games. I'm not sure exactly when, but soon.
Yeah. Lane, you should roll a D14.
Where am I at? All right, 9.
It is metageeky.
Yay, Metageeky!
Heck
You
yeah.
are going to be the next proud recipient.
22.
Guys, I gotta go. My child's
Yeah.
crying.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'll talk to you soon.
I gotta go as well.
See y'all. I'm
Bye.
gonna swing us to the end screen real soon here. Bye bye, y'all.
Yeah.
We've got
Bye.
his plugs if anyone has them. I don't think anybody has any. So, or
I think
Alina,
we're
do you
good.
want to plug your?
Oh, I'm doing a
wanna
commission
plug-
sale. Check me out on Twitter. I've got my details there. I'll be tweeting about it all weekend. So,
Excellent.
thanks for joining us, y'all. But thank you, Laura. That stuff is amazing. Bye bye.